Let me know if it doesn't work, okay?
Pot stirring,
Perfect, thank you.
Dano.
And you might have to do that TSN 24.
Okay, so let's be nice then, is what you're saying.
It's over. It's done. Seriously, man. It's
We're
done.
gonna be
It's
nice.
over.
There's going to be hugs galore.
I'm telling you, I gave him my word I
Jack.
will shut you up, so.
What's your name?
No, I
Start
won't
next
do
meeting.
I know you will.
I laid a
It's
cinder
done.
with the show?
block wall.
This is
Oh,
like common man.
it. So he was upset,
Is that
huh?
you?
We're on.
Really upset.
Oh, cool. Everybody that
To
works
say
for,
the least.
my best friend works for All Phase
I had help.
Restoration. You do fire and flood?
Picking them up.
I'm
and
actually glad
buttering
you
them.
weren't there. It would have
David
been two
set them in
powder
place.
kegs.
You think I would have gotten an equal?
I think you would have worked out
Say
very
again?
quickly.
How long has it been with them?
Since they.
But it's good.
he was
I
at
think it's nice
Southeast,
that
before
Seriously,
can
we're all-
unload in
we're all
private.
one big
so Terry
family.
came over to
Seriously.
I know.
his boss
And
is
the
the one that founded
quicker they realize all of that,
started Blue Sky, and then now
You know we're up, right?
Yes.
We're
will you
up,
Shut
man.
up, Dan.
as up as I was. So I went to,
Did you get fixed this morning? You all fixed now?
oh, my doc, yeah.
Yeah, so you're done.
We talked about,
Would you ever do psychotherapy?
that's what I do, right?
You
Talk to-
literally do psycho?
Well, what is that?
They
Talk
bring you
to
back
us-
to your childhood? I mean,
Oh,
seriously.
no. I mean, I talk
They
to
bring you back to the root of everything.
No, that's not. Psychotherapy simply means you're talking to a psychiatrist, I think.
No, it's usually a psychologist. Oh, yeah, psychiatrist. You're right.
And that's.
I'm pretty sure psychotherapy all brings you back to the roots of all evil.
No, we don't do any of that. And a lot of.
All evil.
more and
Brings you
more.
back to the, the
And it's
apple,
really short, and
snake.
they call it talk therapy. It's simply you have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
You can't talk to us?
Yeah, why don't you talk to us, man? In fact, the first hour of the show today, I'm going to dive
Dan,
in
if you
to
want,
Martino.
if I talked about my fantasies, which involve you, it wouldn't be.
I don't want to know.
Snake and racquetball.
It would be uncomfortable.
Yes, it would.
He's thinking of that hot tub. Okay. Oh, what is this one?
So who posted the and why? Who posted my when I was trapped in a blizzard? Somebody posted that long video of me trapped in a blizzard. I didn't say anything incriminating. Mark, did I?
What's that?
I was trapped. My trapped blizzard video. It's boring. My somebody posted it on Facebook.
Oh, did you post it? Yes.
Clint.
Oh, whoever sent it must have
Who
posted
sent
it.
it?
I did.
Rock.
Rock, that's right. God,
Anybody can post
It might
Where
be
did you
boring, but
find
it's
it?
interesting because of how young you are.
I have
And I didn't say anything really bad except, have you ever had a
Yeah.
Sony
and then I get
up your butt?
the veneer.
What's a Sony?
His camera. He was following us around.
Oh.
I got to go October 22nd.
Yeah, you got to really think
Yeah,
anything you
to
said
have-
in the 80s
So all I
can
had
and will
done
be
was
used
they told
against
us
you
they
in
did
the
all
court
the
of public
photographic.
opinion now.
And I have to heal for 5 months. Now I get the info.
Mark, isn't
from
that
October-
amazing, all the stuff that's on the video?
October 22nd. And then I don't know how long that has to heal for. They put the.
If you think about it too, man, our lives are archived every
so they
day.
put some bone right over here
Yeah.
in December.
You know what would be
Healed
cool?
it. Then they
Is
put
if we could take the Facebook ones and speed them
Hey,
up
Jack.
after 10 years
Screws in.
and
Yeah.
see how we all
Two over here,
age.
one over
What
there.
is oil and gas? What do you do?
I own a engineering company.
Okay. You know he's an engineer. And Mark is
Actually, I am.
Someday.
Oh, are you?
Mark's an
Okay, yeah,
engineer.
we design surface facilities and pipeline systems.
He's not a real engineer, though, are you?
I'm not an engineer.
House
I'm a business guy.
See, look at these though.
I
You
am.
gotta get the shirt.
I bought this shirt. I can send you the link on Amazon.
What kind of engineer are you?
Mechanical.
Are you?
See the wrench?
Yeah, I see. Where'd you go to school?
Arapahoe Community College.
Nice.
School
They have
of Hard Knocks.
they have a BSME cert there?
He's not.
Three of them.
No.
He's not an engineer. He's just joking.
Yeah,
I just bought this shirt.
Yeah.
right on.
I got another shirt that says I'm an attorney.
Okay.
I wear that when attorney.
But that one costs more.
Suzanne told me to wear this today. I think she assumed you were an engineer.
Well, that's what she said when I walked in, but that's okay. That's a common assumption.
You can be a house engineer.
Domestic engineer.
Domestic
What do they
engineer.
call garbage men?
So Zero Res.
Refuge.
I got a cool picture of Zero Res I want to share with you.
There's something in
What
here.
is it? Oh, cleaning the.
Yeah, I want to put it up.
Sanitation.
Now, if you work for a company and you do engineering work in-house, you can be called a house engineer.
Well, a wife could be, well, not anymore.
Domestic
Now,
engineer.
your domestic partner could be a domestic engineer.
Okay, we're up, guys. Needless to say, this is a professional operation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. Going on 40 years here in Denver, longer elsewhere. I've been a pain in the ass since, really, 1976. And I love doing what I do for you. 303-713-TALK is the local number when we're on the air. We go from 10 Mountain Time in the morning till 2. So please make a point of joining us at least some of that time. What we do is help with issues. We also just let you get things off your chest. And then we make referrals and we entertain along the way. Here's the deal. We've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars, quite literally, throughout the years. And I suddenly realized, not suddenly, but kind of had a little epiphany the other day. And I thought to myself, what would happen, Joe Blow, are you Joe Blow or Mary Smith, whoever you are, what would happen if suddenly you found that your investment counselor had taken $100,000 from your investment account? Now listen carefully, people. An independent investment advisor with his own firm, and all of a sudden you notice $100,000 missing. And he's being very evasive. Do you know this is why we have this show? Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to call who? The police? They won't know what to do. Really? You call the FBI? The FBI won't take it. They'll take information, but they won't investigate it. I'm telling you, they will not investigate it. Not unless 1,000 people called, or 100, maybe a dozen, like Bernie Madoff. But, okay, so now you're out $100,000, and you know this bastard took it. Really now, this is real life. What would happen? So you're thinking, I'm going to go see an attorney. And you go see an attorney, and you say, what evidence do you have that he took it? Well, here's my account, and then it's short 100. Well, how do you know you didn't lose it? Well, I went through the trades, and he says, well, we'd have to sue him for something, breach of fiduciary responsibility or something. But he's got a lot of money and a lot of assets. You're looking at about $50,000 maybe to get to the courthouse steps. It could be more with discovery. And you're thinking, wait a minute. I'm missing $100,000. I'm missing it. And you think there are people who care and people who will help. The sad truth about life, unlike movies, there is no place to go. You can sue the guy. Now, he goes to court and he says, he starts doing discovery on you. Did you make any withdrawals? Have you had any sudden deposits? And demands all kinds of financial stuff. Then you go through depositions, and he just simply says he notices nothing amiss. But there's money missing, but they can't put a criminal intent on it. And now you're up to $50,000 trying to fight this, and it could be more. And then he does a bankruptcy. Now, a bankruptcy, he's done. Unless you can find fraud. But you have to prove fraud. It's not automatic. So now we have $100,000 suddenly missing from your account one day. What about a mechanic who screws you? You don't call the police. You can't afford to sue. What about the city of Denver with this new, not new, but this newly highlighted on my show, the nuisance abatement law, and all of the blacks and Mexican Americans and poor people taking advantage of every day? That's when I suddenly realized I have a real purpose here. This is where you can get on your step stool and say, this is not right. And when more people hear it, things start to happen. Mark brought up one, or is working on one.
Think of how we stitched together the Don Eiley case as well. We had 1 or 2 calls.
That's it. And they had no results. They were saying, look, my payroll taxes were not paid
10 years ago.
I'm an employer, and they're coming after me because I'm responsible. And guess what? By law, you are responsible ultimately, but you have a payroll service. It was Eiley and Associates. Now listen to this. They both happen to have Eiley, and we start looking. And then we put out the word and get more people and say, check with the state. And they checked to find out they They were long overdue. Why didn't they know it? Because Don Eiley was getting all of the notifications for the companies as being their fiduciary, being their bookkeeper. So he would collect the money from them out of their payroll but not make the payment. Or, worse, he would file that they only had one employee or two, make those payments, and not make the payments on the other 98 employees or the other 24 employees. So now, think of this scenario. Over the years, they were paying and filing legally for one or two employees, but they had more. So all this extra money that should have been paid to the state was not paid to the state, and it was put in his bank account. And it accumulated. So guess what he's doing? He's taking money and moving it offshore. So now he has $10 to $25 million, and we find out about him. Guess what? Not one authority gave a good you-know-what. Not one. Not one. So we had to keep crying and crying and crying. Those people still responsible for their taxes because the IRS audited and found out they had more employees than were being claimed. There was no way for any of them to know what their bookkeeper was doing because they made the payments to him. It was in his trust account. He simply did not pass the money on to the state and filed false returns. There is no auditing system at all in place. The state happened to just find out from someone who was pissed off, and they called.
It wasn't the state, it was the IRS.
The IRS. And we were pissed. In fact, the state would do nothing. We got tired of calling people. I even called my friends once again at Channel 9. You know, when I unloaded and discovered the Pat Sullivan case, the sheriff, yes, I was the very first one to get the phone call about a drug user, a gay drug user, and he had to trade sex for drugs, and it was an amazing story. It brought down Sheriff Pat Sullivan. After that, of course, everyone laid claim to it. After a long investigation, like Brian Moss was standing in front of the courthouse, I've been working on it for 6 months. He found out about it a few days before. After a long, exhaustive investigation, he forgot to say it was mine, but then they take credit for all this. So I called Channel 9 about their assignment desk, about this amazing fraud going on with Don Eiley. To this day, I don't believe one TV station covered it. They'll cover, you know, mommy news. They'll cover, you know, the soccer team can't raise enough money to play in Tahiti. They'll cover stories. But I want you to know how many, I want you to ask yourself how many stories touch your life. So I call Channel 9, and as always, it's ignored. So I call Fox, or I leave a note, nobody. No one. You know why? Complicated stories are not told. Stories that really impact your life are not told. If you just listen to the show, please help. Have a little empathy. And have a little courage. And when you hear about injustice, hop on board and help people. Let's do it. Let's do it. Really. There is nowhere to go. You think, oh, we have authorities in place. We have police. We have the FBI. There is no place to go. Honest to God, there is no place to go. Now, the one good thing, there is a place to go for sexual abuse and assault, even one case. If a child is taken advantage of, or a picture of this boy or girl is distributed, that kind of thing, law enforcement, I applaud them. But when it comes to civil and criminal money crime, no one covers it. In Denver right now, and over the last several years, cars have been confiscated under the guise of being a nuisance used in a crime. Now, in the majority of those cases, the cars were owned by innocent people who happened to have their car in the possession of the criminal. For example, they dropped it off at an auto mechanic. The auto mechanic was a habitual traffic offender. They arrest the habitual traffic offender and take the car. The guy says, "This is my car." They know it's his car. They don't care. They keep the car. And then they say it was a nuisance. They have done this so much. There's a family that used their van for their family business, a Mexican-American family, and they had all their tools in there, had their van confiscated because someone else used it. A nephew was using it. but not now. Now here's the thing: when the underlying crimes are dismissed or discharged or found not guilty, they still keep the property. So every day this is going on. Yet you go about your day and you don't realize that that family now is unemployed. They're going to be homeless soon. We're going to see homeless people downtown, and then we're going to say, "Oh, camp wherever you want." Instead of saying you shouldn't have been there, how did that happen? You know, I might sound like a broken record, but I know why I do this show. It's for the injustice where there is nowhere to call. It is to make noise for you. It's to stand on the soapbox and say, "Oh my God, this is wrong." So lend your voice to the chorus. If something is wrong, I want to know about it. Amanda, she wants to talk about an HOA issue. HOA's one of the most abusive entities known to man. Sherry wants to talk about a concrete problem. Police won't help her there. Anthony wants to talk about robocalls. And then I have a special guest which specifically deals in an area where we have had so many rip-offs, we got sick and tired of them. All of that is coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. And when I say the only show, why not say the only voice in media where we aggregate the everyday aches and pains and highlight them? And I just hope to God that you care.
How can you make as much as $1,000 in as little as 10 days?
I could name 100 of those people, but no, George does not come to mind.
Okay.
That was a compilation of what could happen.
That's exactly what happened to a friend of mine.
And there's nowhere to go.
No.
You know, you would think there is. There is no
The guy blackmailed
to
him.
go.
The guy also did his taxes, and so he blackmailed
Think
him.
about it. Mark, if it happened to you, you'll fight him, but there's nowhere to go. There really isn't.
That's why I'm logged into Ameritrade every day, making sure my shit's
No,
there.
there's really is no one. If your guy at Ameritrade did it, now you can make enough noise and maybe get them to reimburse you, but you know what? People think
Yeah, if it's outright.
we are under the illusion.
iLease was different because of IRS
Also,
code.
the guy falsified his tax return so he could
I
blackmail
don't
him
have
with
Sharon
that.
up yet. Hold on.
And say, if you want to turn me in, I'm going to
I
turn
mean,
you
not
in
hold
to the
on.
IRS.
It's a short, and it's coming up right
Oh,
away.
well,
Maybe I'll get to it.
$100,000. His CPA got it.
What was the name again of that sheriff in Arapahoe County?
Pat Sullivan.
Sullivan.
That's the one I
The
did.
fucking police
no.
station was named after him.
I know.
Or the
No,
jail.
the jail.
Yeah.
That, you know there was a lot of cops to do about that.
I uncovered it. I reported it.
He went undercover to the gay sex thing.
No, but I had somebody do it.
I know, I met that wacko.
I did.
No, but what I'm saying is, there, you know there was cops that knew about
I
it.
exposed that whole thing. Pat Sullivan. I was the one.
But they should have brought down other police.
Well, okay.
You don't know
I
for
don't
sure if
I looked
anybody
into it,
else did.
Dan. I looked into, honest to God, from the beginning.
That's such
I
a
don't
private
believe.
thing.
Hold on. I don't believe they knew the extent of it, but I do know that they had an inkling that he was fucking around with boys. They did.
See, that's what I believe.
When he was in office.
I totally agree with you.
Wasn't he in his own jail?
Yeah.
Okay, 10 seconds. Mike goes on, guys.
God, that would suck.
5 seconds. Mike's going on now. Remember the name for safe, effective, and dependable auto service? Sheridan Auto Tech. And of course, with every good company goes a good person. And that's Uncle Kevin Calkin. Kevin, I call him Uncle. He's a big, trusted bloke. You will love him. 20 years in business, honesty, integrity, knowledge, experience, all the things that define a good business. But you know what? Forget the words. Just watch him in action. You'll find out. SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242.
Whether you're dating or looking for a job or just wanting to...
Yeah, you're right, in a way. But you know what? A diddle here and a diddle there, they figured, you know. And you know what? He was a powerful figure.
Yeah.
But boy, what a bad guy.
That guy that we had come in here, he was actually a friend of Pat. I know damn well.
You think so?
But anyway,
He knew things, like Tom says, inklings of what was going on.
You know, when they got young guys... in
Mark,
jail-
did you come back when I started working on that?
We get enough
No.
kudos on freedom mobility. We really should put them on the list. Somebody should reach
Who
out.
is it?
They alter the cars for handicap accommodation.
As bad or good?
As good, we get
Send me an email on them.
Okay, I will. Did you get your Wi-Fi going in?
Oh yeah, yeah, we're good.
Kyle Knott says hello.
Oh yeah, good guy.
Okay.
Personal information on your devices. There's no soundtrack to let
You know,
you're in danger.
Whatever happened to
guys
Pat
in
Sullivan?
jail that are in there on a
He got
street,
some
heavy
jail.
car,
I remember, like,
And then
where's he at
probation.
now?
car to run loose.
Walking the streets.
Disgraced.
Yeah.
So he had the power to do about whatever he wanted with his young
Now,
guys.
I think those people in power like that.
I wonder if a guy like that
I love the
went
way all the
downhill.
TV stations that after a long investigation.
Do you think a guy like that was like that forever, or something happened, or what do you think?
I know.
What an odd thing to
It was
wake
a
up.
sick situation. Well, okay, you got to understand. I get some junkie calling me
Oh, you were the only
who
guy that
says
gave him credence.
there's somebody with a high name profile, and he, I don't. He dropped a dime because the guy stopped giving him drugs.
I told you why.
And I'm thinking, just forget it, right? And this one guy that works for him says, "Can I look into it?" I said, "Okay." But I thought this.
I couldn't
Here's a junkie.
stand dealing with him.
Everything against it, you know. Holy shit, he had video.
Blue field or the blue wall.
Were you around then,
Yeah,
Ron?
blue something.
No, I don't remember that.
Sheriff
no.
Pat Sullivan, the most decorated sheriff in America, is brought down.
Wow.
You know,
I wish they had brought down the whole sheriff's department.
a sheriff is a very powerful guy in this county.
It's
Very
elected, and there's no oversight. There's no sheriff at the state level there's no oversight.
incredibly powerful.
It would have to
power
be a
they have,
civil
what they
action.
can do.
But I tell you, there are a bunch of the deputies that knew about it, a bunch of pussies, I think. I'm not saying that.
It was, but it wasn't like you think where everyone was covering for him and knew that he was taking drugs or anything.
But
They didn't
knew
know
what
about
was
the
going on,
meth.
and they could have found out.
Well, they knew about him fucking around. That's right. No one knew about him tampering with evidence and getting people off charges for
Well, I bet you they do.
Well, not that I know of. It was pretty damn hard to get in there. I'm Tom Martino. Let's get right to the phones. Amanda, and then I want to introduce our important guest. Our common man today, of course, we use that as a joke, common men. We take them from the great unwashed and let them bask in radio glory. Amanda, your turn. What's going on?
Oh, we bought a condo in September of 2018.
Should that be a happy event?
Pardon me?
Should that be a happy event?
It was a great event, Tom.
Okay.
Great. Except that we had a black water backup.
And Amanda,
November
what year did you say it was?
18. Today's our 1-year anniversary of owning it, Tom.
Okay. Now, what's the problem?
Well, 2 weeks ago today, the main water line going out to the sewer.
Yes.
That is shared by our unit and the upstairs unit.
It's called the service line.
Apartment.
It's called the service line. Yes, a service line. If you picture the main going down the street, service lines tee off. So what about it?
It backed up into our unit.
Rock is with us today. Rock Terry, he's with American Restoration 24/7. He does all kinds of disaster abatement. He'll go out and help you after a fire, flood, backups, all of this. He not only helps, but he can rebuild it. Now, the reason I'm saying all this is I want to ask him in general, what's the main reason, Rock, you find for sewer backups in your biz?
Just rotted pipes, or most of the time rotted
For backing up into the house?
Yes, some type of pipe.
So it fails somewhere and it backs up into the house.
Exactly.
That's so old, basically,
Exactly.
is the main reason. Amanda, in your case, what happened?
It's a bellied pipe.
Okay. A belly pipe could go under the classification of older, but because it settles over time. Sometimes they don't tamp it and it happens right away. So you had a belly which clogged up the pipe. A belly, if you guys look at a belly, it's like some man laying on his stomach, and the belly is the low part in the pipe. So what happened? This belly, what happened? Did they fix it is what I'm asking.
Oh, they're coming. They've got a jackhammer up the floor. And it was supposed to be done today, but the job took too long. They're coming tomorrow.
Why wouldn't they tie in outside of your unit? Why are they not just fixing the belly outside? Why are they coming and jackhammering the concrete?
Because the belly is under our unit.
Oh, that's an old. How old is your unit?
It was built in '03.
Okay, so here's what's happening then. It was just not tamped properly. It was installed, backfilled, the concrete went over it, and this is a long-standing problem that took years to accumulate. So they are replacing it. So what is the issue then? Because in a condo specifically, when you have a condo, the HOA is responsible for all, most of the time, for all common areas and for everything from the drywall out. And so what is the issue?
They're saying they're not responsible.
No, they're not. They're not saying that. They're not responsible for what?
So we have got drywall, carpeting, linoleum.
Yeah, they're right about that. Okay, so what they're saying, Amanda, is they're not responsible for inside your unit. They are fixing the sewer line. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, they're not going inside the unit. What's required in something like that, Rock, with American Restoration 24/7? What's required with a sewer backup?
Sewer backup, that's class 3 water.
What does that mean?
That means that anything it touches pretty much has to be, if it's porous, has to be removed.
Really? You can't just clean it up?
It depends. If you
okay,
do a
so
cleanup, it has to be
drywall,
tested.
you may have to go up to the knee?
Yes, you would do some type of flood cut on that.
I think she's more concerned about her flooring that got torn
She's
up.
concerned about the cost, because if everything is replaced and they pay for it, you wouldn't be calling, right, Amanda?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
And your homeowners could go both ways. Homeowners in a condo, of course, covers you for what is yours, which would include interior. However, they exclude specifically many times sewer backup. Was it excluded?
Correct. I only have $5,000 for the cleanup.
I'm shocked you have that. So you do. Who's your carrier?
Safeco.
Safeco's a good company. So you have Safeco, and they're going to pay you up to $5,000. Do they specifically say it's only for cleanup?
Yeah, that's just for. I canceled my claim, Tom, because according to the HOA's bylaws, when it's a common element, it's their responsibility.
Okay, hold on. You're mixing things up, Amanda. The common element is what's failed. The stuff inside your house are not common areas. Now, you're saying if it's caused by a common element, it should be covered no matter what's destroyed. And to that I say, it depends on your bylaws. So you have all the proof or lack of proof in your bylaws. It will clearly state in the event what happens. Amanda, I want to make this very clear to you. If it's that you cover inside your place, whether or not it was caused by their responsibility, you're wasting your time going to court, because you're going to spend a ton of money and they're going to spend everyone's money. There's no one person footing that bill with the HOA. They don't care about fighting you. They're not going to pay you unless there was something egregious. Let me tell you what egregious is. There's a management company or a member of the board in the HOA, and they know something is wrong and refuse to fix it. They know it, and they let it sit there for years. I mean, totally egregious and negligence. And even then, it's difficult. I know you don't want to hear this, Amanda, but guess what? I could save you 6 months of fighting a losing battle and perhaps put your resources to better use. And we'd be happy to have someone look at your HOA laws. But if they're written like most of them, they're not going to pay for your cleanup. Some of them do, by the way. We've had some times where HOAs will pay. But, Amanda, did they offer anything?
No, Tom, they haven't even stepped foot in the unit.
Well, of course not, because it's your unit.
Communicate by email.
Okay, because they're not taking responsibility. They don't have to set foot. Amanda, what difference would it make if they come in your unit? They know that it's covered in crap. What difference does it make? Somehow you feel that they need to come inside your house and talk to you. Now, they should, to be good neighbors, but they don't owe you stuff unless it's clearly spelled out. Listen, we get the story. You don't have to repeat it. The HOA's problem is the service line. They're fixing it. There's no way they could have known about it. They didn't cause it. They didn't let it be caused. It just happened. Now,
they did know about it. They knew about it a year ago.
What did they know a year ago, Amanda? What did they know?
What
did they know a year ago? What?
What do you mean, what?
You said they knew. What did they know about a year ago? What? Was there a backup a year ago?
That the pipe, there was a clog in the pipe.
How did they know that?
Because it backed up.
And what did they do a year ago?
and they paid to have it like rotor-rooter.
Okay, so they took action. They were not negligent. Okay, now, hold on. At that time, they took action. What do you think they should have done at that time? Torn it up and replaced it?
Been more thorough. Cambered the line.
Amanda, maybe they should have. But you're trying to make a case for negligence. Okay. Good luck to you on that one. No, well, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to make a case
to get your
bylaws. It's in black and white.
What does it say?
Can I read it to you?
Go ahead.
Any damage caused to a condominium unit by any defect, occurrence, or condition of the common elements or otherwise for which the association receives insurance proceeds, the association's responsibility under this paragraph shall include restoration of the unit.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I thought you said that the HOA is responsible for the common element. It actually says, and all of the damage. It's okay. Here's what I want you to do. You got to listen carefully. I get it, Amanda. Amanda, I get it. Do me a favor. I need that. I need that sent to us along with your estimate of damage. Okay? Now,
yes, sir.
You should not have canceled your insurance, and I'll tell you why. It's going to count against you no matter what, because there's an event there, whether you file a claim or not. And even if you get paid, that doesn't exclude you from additional damages. You should have never canceled the insurance claim. And they can go back and subrogate against the HOA if they feel they have it coming. But even if they don't, it doesn't affect any additional money you get. Hold on.
This is Denver's
Backup
talk station.
only goes towards either the cleanup or the repair of it. It doesn't go towards other damage.
I never said that.
No, I'm asking. I don't know.
According to what Ben said, it sounded like
Hold on, he deals with insurance all the time.
We just finished like you said, it depends on your HOA. The HOA we just dealt with.
There's a mic on somewhere. There's a mic on. Okay, we got to be really, really careful.
There's the HOA that I just dealt with.
Hey Angie, babysit the place a little.
They covered everything. They had their pipes broke. They went into
You know what?
3
We
different
should have
units.
our public adjuster. Well, no, they're not going to do the HOA.
Well, but typically, if someone's got $5,000 in sewage coverage, like I don't know what mine is because I'm on septic. I think I got 20 or 30. I upped it. But regardless, if I have other things damaged because of that, are those covered?
Depends on the insurance policy. These guys covered
that's
everything.
True. It depends.
They covered everything. They covered everything. Yeah, we ripped.
But usually, yes, all associated things connected to the covered item.
To that item.
It sounds like that what she said. It sounds like it is covered.
Well, she's also.
I know what they're going to say, though.
Oh, how old are those bylaws?
On one clear choice. No, Fix It 24/7. Is that who we're talking about? We have so many. Okay, so Fix It. This is the deal with Fix It. You know, the weather has been pretty, consistent. And they can get in for new customers and $39, get your furnace ready for winter, checked and cleaned and adjusted and done everything. Now, when I say for new customers, if you've never had any work done on the HVAC, you may have had a plumber out there, you can do it too. So here's the idea, to get the furnaces ready with a no breakdown guarantee. When I tell you they clean and adjust, you might say, oh, same old story. No, their cleaning is damn near a refurbishment. They take out the blower motor, they take out all the elements they can, even the burners. They clean, they adjust, they make sure everything is running perfectly. And 90% of the time when there's a problem, it can be traced back to dirt not being dealt with. Do it, just $39. Fix It 24/7, fixmyhome.com. The number, 720-526-3939.
I can't remember. Amanda forgot to also say
I got
that
it.
HOA wanted her to pay $10,000 for the.
Shit, I did the wrong.
Okay, we need we truly need her estimate. Okay.
Do you want the whole bylaws, or did you just want me to print for you the relevant stuff?
Well, I'd like to see a date on them.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to see the whole thing, but
I'll send you the 40
it's not
pages.
for the show, not for
See
the
if
show.
they,
And also,
revise them.
you
They
don't
could
have
have
to print
revised
it.
them.
I want him to work on a Clint, because this HOA stuff, because he's handling.
Because it's fun and exciting.
No,
Clint, are you going to call
I
HOA?
want you to get
Do you
this
want me
woman
to just
covered.
let Amanda go then?
No, yes, I'm going to say one thing to her
Okay.
and introduce her.
So you don't want another print? Okay.
No, this is.
Okay.
Ask her about the deductible. She said the HOA is
That's
making
what I
her
was
pay
printing
the
out about
deductible.
the deductible.
Okay.
So let me try again.
This is unbelievable.
I've also seen where no one's everything's ruined on the inside. It's happened to me, and I had to pay for it because I should have had, my insurance should have
Sewer
paid for it.
coverage.
Right.
So if it's in the HOA that she's got to pay the deductible, she should still claim it with her homeowner. She should at least get $5,000 of it back.
Yeah.
So you gotta bang the drum here with freezes coming up and all the shit coming up for you, because I want it to be top of mind. There's so many rip-offs.
It really is. I tell you what.
Now the other woman you had me go see, that was they didn't do a complete job.
But they weren't a total rip, right? Or were?
It was the insurance company and there's many parties.
She's get taken on both ends.
Yeah, she got. They didn't finish the job. They did not finish.
Are they claiming they're done?
They're not coming back out.
We need to take that up. You were on for that, right?
Correct.
I don't remember that. What was it?
These are some of the comments we get from the
I was here when that happened. What happened?
She had an issue in her house. Restoration company came in. They started the work. They still left trash and things like that down in the basement. They didn't finish the job completely.
Jesus, this is it. Mark, read these.
Let me see it.
Reduce taxes dramatically and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. So when the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth on Wall Street now to get your free book and talk with the
No, I was on before that. I was looking at something.
All of the common elements which are not the owner's responsibility under Section 12 on such repair maintenance shall include but not limited to the exterior maintenance as follows. Paint, repair, replace gutters, downspouts, exterior building,
no credit card required, and I include
driveways, and exterior improvements.
1-800-203-9898. 1-800-203-9898. That's 1-800-203-9898.
Yeah, I get her halfway there.
Centeno Schultz, Living Stem Cell Therapy. I can't stress that.
Well, I sure hope this was fucking written in 04, bro.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, are we saying in 14 years no one's updated these bylaws? I don't know.
No, wait. No, they very seldom get updated.
Okay.
But in 04, when did this happen to her?
When did this happen?
Just recently.
Yeah,
and
she
then
bought it in
she
2018.
said something about 03.
Mark, I emailed you the entire package.
Last year it backed up.
No, but 03 was built.
Built in 03.
Okay.
Stem cell therapy. Look for their seminars or call them for
Is there a deductible on that?
303-963.
Is there a deductible on it? It doesn't say anything about deductible.
For the HOA, you mean?
Yeah. She said the HOA is making her pay a $10,000 deductible.
It does say a deductible.
It does. It says
Okay,
that.
Any insurance deductibles, any law. No, they're saying if you have a deductible, they'll pay it. They didn't say. I don't know about the.
That's what she told me.
The village.
Making her pay a deductible.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOL.
I'm Tom Martino. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Frank Duran is the name you can trust if you're trying to sell. Man, he will be tenacious in the market. He has stats to prove he sells faster and for more money. And in a great market, you actually need a broker more than even in a bad market, because there are so many offers to go through, and you need one who will not just get multiple offers but know how to go through them and which one to take. That's serious, because you take it off the market a few months and it doesn't close, it's a stigma. So Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, with a new website, 303-920-1622. Now listen carefully. I'm moving on, but I have some last words for Amanda. She is absolutely correct that her bylaws make no bones about it. They will cover any items, including personal items, if common areas have failed, common elements, and have caused damage. Now, here is going to be the rub. And I don't want to do it on the phone, Amanda. This is not a debate between you and me. The HOA is going to claim that that sewer is not a common element. It just serves two people, and it's not common. They're going to have a tough time. But I think that's what they're going to say. And each service line is not common. Common would be like a street light or something else. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying this is what I think. But, Amanda, you have the HOA stuff. We are going to get you in touch with someone. First, we're going to get Deputy Clint on it to investigate it. Somebody else brought something else up. Oh, they want you to pay $10,000, they said?
No, the deductible is $25,000.
The deductible for the HOA, is that right?
The insurance policy's deductible is $25,000.
Do they want you to pay that?
The HOA's insurance deductible you're talking about, right?
Sure.
And are they saying they want you to pay the $25,000?
They won't even. They're
Amanda, can you answer a question? Wait, can you just answer a question? Do they want you to pay the $25,000?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, that is for the repair of the sewer line and all of the stuff outside of your condo, or are they saying they will cover your condo and everything, but you have to pay the $25,000? Which is it?
Well, they won't even talk to you because they
Amanda,
are assuming.
I'm going to know. I'm going to ask if you know or have a hint. When they say, Amanda, pay $25,000, are they saying you pay $25,000 and we will fix absolutely everything, including your unit, or are they saying you pay $25,000 and we'll fix the sewer line?
Neither one, but
what are they saying then?
On us.
If they
They'll
pay,
fix
if
the
you
sewer
pay,
line, that's it.
Well, that's
Everything
not neither
else is
one.
on
That's
us.
the second option I gave you. So I'm going to ask again. If you pay the $25,000, they are requiring you to pay that to fix the sewer line.
No, they are fixing the sewer line. The bill's going.
You know, Amanda, you
company.
have said three different things. Okay. Now I'm just going to try. I'm only trying one more time. All right. They want you to pay $25,000. Yes, you said. Toward what?
The repair of the interior of my unit.
Okay. Now, I asked you that at least 6 different ways, and finally I got that answer, and thank you for that. So, they're not refusing the claim, and that is very, very important, and I'll tell you why. It takes it out of bad faith. It takes it out of the penalty phase. They are willing to pay as the HOA claims. However, they have a little hook, and that's how they're trying to get out of it by saying, hey, you pay the first $25,000, which, by the way, the whole claim is probably not $25,000. Is that right or wrong?
Wrong.
It's going to be how much?
Anywhere, I'd say between $25,000 and $35,000.
Okay, Amanda, this is trickier now because it would have been easier if they said, forget you, Amanda, we're not covering it, because the HOA laws say they better cover it. So I think they're trying to weasel out of it by saying, oh, yeah, Amanda, we're going to cover it as the HOA requires. Oh, but guess what? We have a deductible. I don't know, Mark. That sounds sneaky.
Is there any other units affected?
The upstairs unit has not been able to use their water for 2 weeks either because we're not sure that the line is usable until they replace it.
That's curious. They have an out on here. I'm just confused on this. One of the things this agreement says, this HOA bylaws, is if it is used for one unit only, it doesn't matter if it's inside or outside, they're not going to cover it.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Limited column elements. That's what they talk about. So they're talking about, you know.
But they've already determined, though, it's a coverable event.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how much I'd fight them because this is basically saying any mechanical item or equipment.
Here's the thing. If the whole thing's going to take 30 to fix it or 28 to fix it, she's paying most of it. Hold on. We're taking the rest of this off the air in the good hands of Deputy Clint. He will report back to us periodically on working on this. I'm sorry for everyone else, but I just want to make absolutely sure that we know where we're going with this. See, this is an example. Where do you call for something like this? Sherry, and your problem, concrete, what happened? Sherry.
We had a back patio put in.
Okay. What size patio, Sherry?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 15 by 20.
Okay. Go with your story. What happened?
Well, when they started to pour concrete, it started to rain.
Uh-oh.
So they just screwed up with tarps for a little bit, and then they finished the job.
They did not finish it?
They did finish it. They got it finished.
Oh, okay.
It stopped raining.
Okay.
But a day or two later, it started cracking in several spots.
Now, when you say cracking, do you mean just like tiny flakes off the surface, or deep cracks?
No. Big, deep crack.
Okay, hold on. We'll come right back to you.
She says that's they use.
I'm just telling you what this says. This says if it's for that unit only, it's not fucking covered. It's purely an excuse.
Yeah, but that service line
be a
is for
common
her
element.
and the other unit.
Yeah.
How does the other unit flush in their toilet then?
They're not.
They're not.
Okay.
Service lines are usually for the whole building.
Luckily, it is 2 units because now it
They
became
don't have a
common.
service line for every condo.
I
I don't know.
texted you.
No, they never
Yes,
do.
they
have a
for
service line,
information.
and it
She's
sounds
like,
to
"Oh,
me
for
like there
sure,
are 2
call me
condos.
right."
in
I
that
said,
building.
absolutely.
And she
Yeah.
said that
And then
service
could you
line
just
is for the
snuggle
person
a
who lives
little
upstairs
bit
and for
that
me.
way?
And
Thank
you're
you.
right.
Okay,
They
got
would be
it.
I just
absolutely
need to be able to see
effective.
Tommy.
But I like rock.
But they're not even
Yes.
saying. And I know what you mean. You're right about
I'm
common
sorry, I
element.
thought you had the address.
I did. It just,
I sent you pictures on this.
had a lot of crazy in my mind.
Okay, you doing well?
I got the
Good.
note, so I'm
It looks
doing
horrible.
Raleigh House
Stamp
long
It's
in a
horrible.
minute here. Okay.
Oh, God, that is bad.
It cracked right away. too.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm going to talk to her off.
Okay, guys, mic's going on. Addiction is a complicated disease, a complicated situation. However you want to look at it, we all agree it's complicated. We can't think of the reasons, we can't think of the solutions, really, not on our own. But I know one thing about addiction for sure: nothing changes if you don't take a step. The Raleigh House wants you to take a step. They run addiction treatment centers. Do they want you to call and sign up? No. They want you to get information and then sign up only if they meet what you need. And they'll even share other information with you, like other types of treatment. These people are for real. They want results. They want the right clients. They want you to find the right treatment. They will answer any and all questions relating to addiction, period. You can call confidentially anytime you want. No charge, 720-730-9722. Ask about anything: payment, insurance, what they do, what other places do, and what to do, how to approach an addict. 720-730-9722.
I thought that the top would fall out because they rain-washed it.
What's that?
Rains washed
concrete.
it off.
The rains usually dissolve the cement in the concrete.
Yeah,
so
but this is horribly
You
cracked.
have pictures. I sent an email.
It just wasn't. It wasn't.
But no matter what, it's obviously defective, right?
It's stamped.
How can they?
They can't fix it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Badly
This is a
cracked.
stamp job?
Yeah.
Was it a lift they were pouring or the whole thing? Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, it's real bad.
I would never accept this.
No, it's unfixable.
They can't, like,
And she says
cover it.
it happened right away. Right, and this has been a year ago that.
Look how, she showed us a side view. It goes all the way down.
Yeah.
How can they?
This is unfixable.
They must not have compacted the stuff underneath it.
I would say that's probably what.
Yeah, I think the rain was coincidental because although you can see the surface there, that little spalling there, do you see that?
Yeah. I thought that was.
That discoloration.
I thought that was in a part of the stamped concrete.
You know, it could be, actually. You're right.
Yeah,
It could be.
I don't know if it's.
In fact, it is. That's what it is. It's part of the stamp. It just looks weird.
But they've told her they come out and look at it, and they never have, and that's.
They don't need to look at it. You can look at pictures. It's not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll loan them my jackhammer.
What they need to.
She said, how big was it?
have
15
you
by
been?
20.
Who's been handling this? Has anyone talked to her?
I've talked to her on the phone about it, and then I told her to send the pictures.
Ah, man,
So,
this is a remove and replace.
I agree.
So that's going to be fucked up.
You gotta ask her how much, because this is gonna end up going to small claims.
When they remove it, they need to get in there and make sure they compact it, or it's going to happen
We
again.
really want to help.
It's good.
But, you know,
Yeah,
one
just
thing
make
is-
sure he knows, hey, Jeffrey, Tom is really interested in helping you here.
Too.
Yeah.
But you're right. To make it safe.
Mark, who brought these?
Yeah,
by the
her
way?
plumber.
Huh? Go to hell with
If they turn
You're
the water
not
on
gonna put them in that
upstairs, they're
temper, but maybe
waxed
everybody
up.
else wants them.
People
through
say,
their
Tom, I
drain.
heard you don't like cars. No, you're wrong. I absolutely love them.
I'm shocked on this one, though.
Tommy, I pretty much told him he was next.
If she's got to pay the deductible, I mean, really, none of this matters.
Yeah, that's one we want to get to right there.
What is it?
Jim Carrey, he looks ugly.
I heard he's mentally ill.
I think he is.
But
He
then
said,
we all are.
he said Osama bin Laden doesn't hold a candle to Mitch McConnell.
Oh, he's
out of control.
He's so anti-Trump too. It's unbelievable.
He looks bad. What's the matter?
I know, but
Let
he
me
does
see.
look-
How bad?
Yeah, but they're, you know, it's not a...
He just looks
Oh,
bad.
you're right. It's not a good picture, but he doesn't even look like him. Would you say that's Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Oh, would you?
He's just aging.
He's old.
Not everyone ages gracefully.
Like
Not Dumb and Dumber.
He's not Dumb and Dumber. But that's just to say, they say
Incident with wife's lover.
The one thing that
Yeah, let's get to that
more
one.
than anything is Don, the victim of that law. He's 52. I thought he was in 53.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was in his 30s. I swear to God.
I told you, man.
Who told me that? Because that's why I brought up. Did you tell me that?
52
He's
or
1 year
53.
younger than, what's his name?
And he'd look even younger if he got rid of that
Jay?
dreadful.
Jay. He's 1
that
year
little.
younger.
Jay looks
No,
pretty good.
But he's bald.
Jay looks great.
Jay looks pretty good.
That's why
No,
he
no,
wears
not
that.
that. Not the do-rag. I'm talking about this little
Oh,
goat.
the-
Yeah,
that
little. It looks like shit. He'd look really good without that.
Who?
What younger?
Don.
Yeah, that kind of bugged me when I looked at it. Hey, how you look at it? It's a little hangs down, but it's scraggly. It's not. No,
All right,
it's not
I'm
neat at
actually
all.
gonna...
He's a good guy.
Mark and I went out to see his other car. He is a fun guy. And I said, this looks like a Pitmobile. He said, that's right, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, did a good job.
He's a fun guy.
He's got true alligator skin,
You know what
man.
we figured
Everywhere.
out? We figured out he is the guy that delivered my car.
What do you mean?
He drives a transport.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Out of Miami, and mine came out of Miami, and he went back in the log and looked.
And he drives with his sister, right?
Yeah, they're a team, isn't that
Yeah.
cool?
Yeah.
And they have a sleeper in there, and they keep the truck rolling all the time. I don't know if they own the truck, though.
No.
He says he's an independent contractor, but I don't know.
I don't think he owns it either, because he didn't even know what engine was in it.
Hi, Tom Martino. Okay, so Amanda's in good hands. She's going to be getting some help. Sherry, this is dreadful. Oh, my God. Sherry has a patio 15 by 20. The rain has nothing to do with your problem, by the way. I know you want to think it does. It doesn't, actually. The surface looks pretty damn good. There's no way rain causes that. But who cares what causes it? They can't possibly be happy with this job.
How old is it?
How old is
we
it?
did it in May of last year, but the cracks appeared about 2 or 3 days after they've put
Right.
it in.
That's right. Yeah. But and Sherry, again, here's the problem. If you attack them because it rained and they covered it, when you give people something defensible, they use it and they don't address the real problem. It doesn't matter what caused it. It doesn't matter if little fairies came out and cracked it. What matters is it's not acceptable. And so a lot of people harp on things for a reason. They think they got them by the short hairs. Hey, it rained and you covered it, but look what happened. Well, that surface is perfectly good. That's what rain affects. You have deep cracking. You have serious problems. Whether it rained or not, you have serious problems. And I don't think this is the kind of problem that's caused by rain. But then again, who cares? It's a defective job. They must recognize that, right?
You would think so.
What do they say?
They don't answer us at all.
Oh.
If my husband happens to call from a work number and they answer, he tells us, oh, somebody will come out tomorrow to look at it.
What's the name of
But
the
nobody
place
ever
again?
shows
What's
up.
the name of the concrete company?
AM Paving and Concrete.
A as in asphalt, M as in Mary.
Correct.
AM concrete.
Paving and Concrete.
Okay. Did they have in-state plates?
Yeah.
How'd you find them?
There, when you look up their website, they
How'd you
have it list and address.
But how
phone
did you
number,
find?
everything.
How did you find them? You didn't have. Did you Google?
In one of those little flyer books that come in the mail.
Yeah. Like a penny saver type thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thrifty nickel.
Something like that. So anyway, let's get to this. Who's the person that you dealt with at AM Paving and Concrete?
His name was Antonio.
Antonio what? Do you remember?
I do not remember
How
his
much?
last name.
By the way, I know this sounds crazy, but sans the cracks, it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It really does. Okay, so Antonio AM Paving and Concrete, and I forgot what you said about price. How much?
It was about $7,000.
Okay, and you're paid in full?
Yes.
All right, let's get on this. Deputy Clint's going to make a really quick call here. 303-713-TALK. I want to remind you, and I appreciate some of the instant messages I'm getting with Rock. Rock is here with American Restoration 24/7. And if you want to look up about them, amrest247.com, amrest247 or 247.com. We'll talk to him, and I have some of your questions. I'd also like you to call because on some of these questions, it's better to ask you follow-up questions, okay? Now, we also have a common man we'll introduce coming up, Jeffrey. Right now, I want to get this call started, if not completed, but this sounds very troubling. What's going on, Jeffrey?
Hi, yeah, Tom, thanks for taking my call.
This sounds painful, to say the least.
It's very painful, and it's not easy for me to talk about, but I'm
okay,
gonna do
what's going on, man? What's going on?
Okay, so about 3 weeks ago, I found out my wife is cheating on me. She told me.
She told you. She told you.
Yeah, she told me, and kind of has led me to believe over the past, 2+ weeks that we have a chance. I don't know, and it's kind of just been an increasing layer of lies.
Did she, Jeffrey? Did she tell you because you were sensing something's wrong, or did she just come out and say, "I need to talk to you, and here's what's going on"?
I think that we both have sensed that something's wrong for some time now, but she did just come out and say it.
What was the preface? I want you to know, or you need to know, or I think I'm leaving you. What was the preface?
It was basically like, look, I know how important truth is to you, and I can't continue to hold this.
Okay.
And
did she indicate she might be looking for divorce, or she wants you to forgive her?
She has basically indicated that she doesn't know.
Okay, well, that's better than lying, right? Hold on, Jeffrey. We'll come back to you. Also, freedom mobility issue. I think he just wants to tell us how good it was, and we'll talk about freedom mobility. David wants to talk about something I'm well familiar with, gas and oil rights. Plus, we have American Restoration 24/7.
These guys are, this condo thing, they're screwed, man. They define limited common elements, and I'm telling you, they're excluded from them. That's what they are. They are a limited common element.
Yeah, certainly limited. It's only a couple condos.
Literally, it breaks it down.
What does it say?
It says, for the exclusive use and enjoyment of an owner, or limited to and reserved for the common use of more than one, but fewer than all.
Oh my God!
So it's not common. All is defined as common.
The clubhouse.
You're absolutely right. Then why, Mark, did they say they would do it if she paid the deductible? What's that?
He's right in front. I mean, the picture looks.
What are we looking at?
He just got a haircut, so maybe they took that.
Is
picture
that your
today.
son?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles gets quarterly bonuses from Walmart.
Oh, cool.
And so they were bragging about how well they're stored it.
That's very good. Is he proud?
Oh, dude.
He is so proud of his job and his
Isn't
work.
that wonderful, by the way?
Like, he even goes in on his day off if he knows the big wig is going to be there, Tom.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's crazy. I'm very upset.
What?
Listen to this.
What's the matter?
Eye of Dorian is just off the coast of South Carolina, now battering Charleston.
Speaker. You gotta get speaker. You
Got
gotta
nearly
hit
half
that.
a foot of rain.
Turn that down.
I'm sorry. You gotta hit speaker.
Here.
I'll get you.
Yeah, you're right. That's great.
And there is an arrest warrant being issued
Oh, you're... No, you're going to do this.
Hook out of his mouth.
You're going to do this in the 4th hour. Get the call, get the number, get everything.
You know what? Game on, Daphne.
Game on.
Game on, Daphne.
Daphne, you had
That
me.
was good.
Hold on, Daphne's call. I'm putting it down for 4.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'll put it up on this.
I got it. Okay.
I did call him back and it was busy.
Don't call back yet.
No, but it said if you want to speak to an officer, press 1.
Did you take a tears?
I said I'm so upset.
I saw her grinning.
And no, I didn't see her grin. I thought, oh my God.
You don't turn it down.
Yeah, then I saw you grinning.
Can you come over and get the hook out of his mouth?
You're a. It's it. It's game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on. Oh wait, I was just in.
I'm gonna order 17 pizzas to her house.
I was just in the elevator.
We're gonna go old school.
Mark, with the principal.
You were?
I was in the
principal, guys. Which principal? The real one or the? Oh.
No.
What you told me.
The one on the.
We're done.
No, we're good people.
Don't make me muzzle you.
No, we're good. No controversy. We're not doing any controversy.
What was that you did when you were a kid?
So, Jack, what do you do for... Oh, gas and oil, okay. So that's...
One of them somehow traced my damn
Yeah, I love it. I love going to work.
I have no idea how.
The reason I'm not talking to you. I don't like that.
Part of our motivation.
That's why I'm not asking you a lot about yourself right now.
Okay, that's good to know.
You know what I have found when you talk in the studio off the air? When you go on the air? It's a psychological thing, even with experts. If I talk to Rock off the air and ask about this, and this, when we go on the air, it's hard for people to keep track of what they said on the air and what they said off the air.
Yeah, I'm good.
I have a lot of people say, and as I was saying, and then people listening say, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that's a really bad habit, I think. Also, some things sound rehearsed if you talk to them about them and then talk about them again and talk about them again. But God, we have a lot of interest in rock.
Well, that is. Well, I mean, it's true.
I've been listening to you since like the 80s, man.
That probably was one of her
since I was a little kid.
I think we all do that.
How old are you now?
41.
Oh, yeah, so you were 10, 11?
Yeah, my parents had you on at, I think it was 4 News at Then.
Exactly.
And then Fox 31. And then
which makes sense.
Listening on the radio all the time, man.
What the hell was that?
Pages. For sure. See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times
I have not heard that
one. Job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo to try company pages for free.
I mean, what do you
expect? Drives my girlfriend nuts. I go to bed to the podcast every night.
Oh, that's cool.
And she goes nuts over it. She's like, turn that damn thing down.
Does she ever? So you're on a headset?
I just put my phone next to me, and it's loud enough, probably enough to annoy her. But
Rock that house. Did you actually go out to
yes,
that
you
house?
Did. What's that? Megan.
I'm going to mention
so bad. Mark, Rock went to that house. You had Frank go up to the one you had to wear a hazmat suit to go in. It was bad.
What's that?
We sent Frank out to one time that I guarantee made that one look like fucking Disneyland. She had rodents running around everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
In her garage, she had birds, reptiles. I mean, you name it, they lived in the garage. Her basement had over a foot of standing water with rats floating around.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and unblock this guy from Facebook.
He was blocked?
I've been blocked, man.
Why?
I was sparring with Mark a little bit way back.
When was that?
Must have been like 2 years ago.
Oh, we don't give a shit about that unless it's just a plain...
If he called me a name, I fucking nuked him. Did you call me a name?
No.
I don't mind people calling me
it was just some good banter back and forth, and then I couldn't get on anymore.
2 years ago?
I don't know if we would do that for just back and forth discussion.
No,
I linked into you when it happened. Yeah. That's all right, though.
I guarantee you called me a name then. I have no doubt about it.
That's not how I fight, man.
Can we pull it up?
I don't know. I don't know what this transcript would look like.
Hey, can you pull up what he said years ago?
I can try.
She's pretty good at that shit.
Cool.
I'll bet you lunch though you called me a name. You want to bet?
How about dinner? And if I did, I'll smooth it over with you.
All right.
He's been listening since he was 10.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
Does that make you feel old as shit?
Oh, yeah, I do.
You look better than anybody in this room, man.
I just came.
Nothing wrong with that.
I have come up with the idea that you can't fucking stop it, so... I mean, I've come to grips with it.
Can't stop what, age?
Yeah. I came to grips with it. I know in my 60s that
It's the only thing in the world
I was actually, listen to this one time. This is how fucking crazy I am. I was reading an email from somebody one time, and the woman said, I tuned in online or something. No, it must have been not online, because I was in my 50s, but she saw me and said, and I saw you,
the first time I actually tried you, I was surprised at how similar it was to a cigarette.
Somebody said, the elderly man over there, and there you were, and you were with your wife, blah, blah. And I thought, elderly man, I'm thinking, because I was 58, and so, and she goes, Ask me if I dyed my hair.
It's something that just made you think.
But I said, that's true. I mean, I look at my picture and I think, sometimes when I see video, I go...
You looked older in the 80s than you do now.
Well, I was fat.
You had that stash going, man.
Who the fuck is that person?
You weren't fat in the 80s.
Yeah. I went...
You were a little heavy around
I went up and down.
the Holly days, but...
No, Holly's when I started trimming, but I was really heavy with Donna for a while. Yeah.
I actually saw you in Best Buy way back in the day when you were, I think it was Holly.
225, Mark. My frame, I'm small.
Yeah, I know you're small. That's a lot for your weight, or a lot for your height.
5'9", 225.
I don't really remember you at that. I don't remember you at that weight though. That was probably during our hiatus.
My midsection was way just not like a belly, but just big thighs, big, just big, unhealthy. I'm Tom Martino, and I am thrilled that you are here. We love helping people with the niche problems like where do you go? It's not so much money that you have attorneys clamoring to take the case for a constitutional principle or for a slice of the pie. And they're not so big to attract the attention of news media, or they're not so in between even that you can afford to go to court. It's so weird. But we'll take the big, we'll take the small. Mostly we take everything. We take them all. Here's the deal. If you don't know where to go, give us a call. We can help you direct where to go. Like, go here, go there. I said this once before. You don't know what to do. You think you can call the police. Think about something going wrong right now. You think you can call the police. You think you can, call the FBI or the authorities. People don't often respond. We had a woman, think about this. One day, she notices her truck is missing. Just missing out of front of her house. I think it was her son's or her husband's or somebody. It was left to her. She just left it there most of the time. It was registered. It's paid for. It has plates. One day it's gone. She calls the police. Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. We can't assume a crime was committed. Sorry. She doesn't know who to call. She calls us. This one company just went out and picked it up. Just went out and picked it up and disposed of it. That's it. Now, they say, well, this is a civil case. This isn't a crime. And then they say, well, we don't know why they did. They say that somebody told them to do it. Think about it. I mean, you're in a position, you're an elderly woman. You lost your truck. Where do you go? So Mark starts looking into it. And we suspect things like this happen all the time. That they notice a vehicle. They're casing it. It doesn't move. Hey, we're going to get it. And they target, I always say this, why? They target minorities and poor people. Poor people of all kinds, minorities. Why? They think they're not going to, they don't have the horsepower to fight back. That's all I can find out. The same with the Denver nuisance abatement law. And Corey with the KKK, Corey Nelson, the one attorney that does most of them. And he's running for school board in Douglas County. And I urge you to keep this racist off the school board. He is a dirty, dirty liar. But I digress. Mark, what's going on with this? Once we got involved, other people, you said the police doing a good job now. What are they doing?
That's Aurora. They're doing a great job on the old lady with the car. Absolutely great job. There's someone that's going to be facing consequences very soon.
But how does
we'll out them.
How does it happen?
You
said you could do it right now.
7 or 8 months.
You said, and even if it didn't sit there, you said you could do it to anyone's car.
All you need in the state of Colorado to sell a vehicle is a bill of sale.
Even if
now, granted, someone phonied up a bill of sale, but that's the bad guy. The good guys, the tow truck driver and the car crasher or the car cruncher, whatever they're called, those guys didn't do anything wrong if someone provided a bill of sale.
Or the chop house, yeah.
Well, it's a pretty bad chop house because everything in their yard is crunched.
What do they do? Sell it for scrap?
Yeah, scrap metal. Most cars, I think, are $300 to $500.
Again, where do you call? Your car's missing. Where do you call? That's what sucks. I'm going to go to Jeffrey with a very important call. His wife cheating on him. He doesn't know what to do. We're going to talk about that in a second because it's probably going to lead to divorce. I just want to introduce Rock. Terry Rock is with American Restoration 24/7. We're talking about disaster mitigation, floods, fire, backups, chemical contamination. And one of the emails here wanted to know what are the most common elements that you get? And they had a personal question, but they asked if you handled this one. And to make a long story short, they wanted to also know what's one of the most common things you are called on.
Sewer. Class 3, when there's poop or something like that.
You have to get rid of anything Class 3 water touches.
That's correct. That's correct. And if it sits, the mold and things like that move. It migrates, but that's not covered by insurance. So that's the tough part.
So what is covered? You can
Water
get sewer
damage.
backup insurance, by the way. What you said, water damage, but what's the other part that's not covered?
The mold is not covered by insurance.
So you immediately stop and stop the damage from continuing, right?
Correct.
Getting rid of it.
Correct.
And then what?
Then if there is mold, we try to work with the insurance company as a water loss. But if it's the insurance company's not willing to work in that capacity under that, and they are pretty thorough sometimes. But the person has to come out of their own pocket.
But once you dry it up, really, and you cut out the drywall and you take out the floor coverings, what danger of mold would there be? Can't you just kill it?
No.
What do you mean?
You can, but mold is pretty resilient. It's pretty resilient stuff.
So what do you do?
So we have to treat it. The best thing is to abate it. It takes some
take it out.
Take it out physically. Scrape that stuff. Scrape it off really, really good. Sand it off or whatever it takes. Then treat it with some type of mold. Depending on the mold, there's specific reagents that we use for specific types of mold. There's no just a one.
Are you a chemist?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I was going to just say.
And I want to say, me harp on mold and how people are taken advantage of. Now, Rock's talking about real contamination.
He doesn't toot his horn enough either. His accolades never end, and he never says them, and it drives me crazy. People probably, from the beginning, have no idea you were a chemist. This guy's haven't you done some super fun stuff, too?
Yes, indeed.
He's done cleanups that are massive.
No, I know. He's good. He's good. Amrest247.com. We'll get back to him. Jeffrey, I wouldn't want this problem. Unfortunately, I
don't want this problem.
Unfortunately, I had it. So you find out your wife is cheating. She tells you, and it sounds. Did she hint that there might be a divorce?
Not.
Did she say I want to make this? Did she say I want to make this work?
She basically said, I don't know. We decided to go to counseling. We initiated that. The lies continued. I find out that
while you're in counseling, you find out what?
Yeah. Well, we didn't really find out much in counseling. It was more like we were making agreements with each other and trying to hold ourselves accountable for them. So
and the cheating, you said it didn't work. The cheating was still going on?
The
or
cheating
the lies?
Was continuing to go on. I was going out of town. The man was showing up trying to father my child, basically. He gave my child like an iPad thing and tried to, he's hanging out with my kid while I'm not around. And I'm trying to kind of come in and play that role.
Is this someone she works with?
Yeah, no, it's someone she works for. She's the nanny / housekeeper.
Now, is he married?
He's married. He just cheated on his wife for the second time, and they're getting a divorce.
So, meaning there was an affair before your wife?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And did you? I mean, there are so many questions I would have. Like, for example, is this going anywhere? I mean, just what do you want? Do you want a divorce? We need to do something, or do you avoid the subject, Jeffrey?
No, I think we're headed for divorce because at this point it seems like it's unfixable. I really was making an effort to try and put myself in her shoes to understand how this all happened.
Now, I want to mention something.
There are parts of it that I understand, yeah.
Yeah, I agree that it can't go on. Jeffrey, listen. I don't think there is any justification ever for cheating. If you want to go out, you say, hey, this isn't working. I'm going to seek romantic relationship somewhere else. I mean, be honest. Then if she says I want to get divorced, I mean, there's no. I'm prefacing what I'm going to say next. There's never an excuse for cheating, but seldom is there simply a good marriage where someone says I'm going to cheat. So, what's your part in this?
I think ultimately it comes down to a communication breakdown. We argued about my business not making enough money. I don't think she has any faith in my business. I obviously feel differently.
What kind of business do you have? What kind?
I do retail, wholesale, and distribution. I'm a brand. I make products.
You make and distribute?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have them made. But I'm the brand.
Jeffrey, how long you been married?
For 6 years.
And what is your question for us?
Well,
why did you call?
We had a major altercation the other night because here I thought that we were working on our communication, and we had been advised by a counselor to take space. That space was supposed to include space from the person that she was cheating on me with. I thought we.
What do you mean take space? What does that mean?
I don't know, that she wasn't going to sleep there, and that we were going to spend less time together, and that was going to allow.
Did you get your own place, or did you demarc an area of the home?
No, I wanted to demarc an area of the home, but she has kind of been sleeping in various spaces, but come to find out that it was at his place all along.
Okay, so what was the major altercation?
Yeah, so she told me she was staying in an office that I rent for my business. Literally I can walk down there in a minute to get there from my house, and I had this bad feeling in my gut that wasn't where she was, and I ran down there and checked while my child was asleep. I was gone for a minute and a half, and I come back and she was gone, and I come back. And I call from outside my house, and I say, "Where are you?" And she says, "You know where I am." And I said, obviously we had an argument. I said, "I can't believe this. You need to come home right now. You're tearing this family apart. This is hurting our son, and I'm gonna tear this house apart if you don't come home. You need to come home now."
Watch that language.
Hold on. What happened then? He's already, by the way, just so you know, that he's already committed domestic violence by saying that, just saying that. And trust me. So then what?
Okay. So.
Were you arrested?
No, I was not arrested. I grabbed my son and we drove over to this man's house just down the street. I mean, I know where,
Hold on. Please hold on, Jeffrey. I have some advice for you. In fact, I have step-by-step advice from you that you must take.
And talk about fuel in the fire. He's taking why in his life would he take his kid with him?
He's going to take to jail. Well, probably because he didn't want to leave him alone by himself. Anyway,
I found out the hard way.
Jack, that's why I kicked you off.
Hey, Rock, can I have you?
I'm shocked you can find shit that
can you look at
2 years old.
This is the mold on the outside of the house. Is this something that you could do? Or what do you think?
That was 2 years.
This is vinyl.
Oh, come on. That wouldn't have been a read. I would have never taken someone off for saying that about me.
Well, I did.
But that's an opinion.
Come on, you were so abrasive back then. You're better now, but oh my God, man. Hey, you said if I called your name, you owe me lunch.
No. That is not calling a name.
Goddamn worst. I'm trying to think. Is that calling a name?
GD, this guy, did he write
Goddamn worst.
I said GD.
This guy has the worst radio voice. Well, who gives a shit? People say that about me all the time.
It happens. Where it happens is on
really?
Mark, listen, you know that I have thick skin except for one thing, really. No, I'm dead serious. I don't care what people say about me. I just will not put up with falsities.
Anytime I've seen mold on
we have
water.
That's a falsity, goddamn.
That was not an offense to be banned.
He cleans it off and come back.
I unbanned you.
All right, girl.
Watch your mouth.
Okay,
seriously.
What did I cuss? There's a lot of cussing going on here.
What do I need to do during this?
Just during breaks.
Yeah. You can do it during breaks.
Long.
Even though I don't condone it.
Yeah.
To make workers' comp a no-brainer.
Right.
Easy online experience and outstanding service. High's coverage is A-rated by AM.
So what was this guy?
Protect your business as your employer. Plus, it can save you 30%.
Do yourself a favor and find out if your small business is overpaying for services. Check out your rate today and see how much you can save. High insurance.
Yeah, but he's doing everything wrong. Everything. He's going to end up in...
Mike on. Hey, Aurora Orthodontics in TMJ. Boy, did I save money using them. My daughter and son, each of them are on the plan. Now, you pay a flat monthly rate. Mine is $140 for each kid. It's not a special rate. It's a rate. $140 a month. Now, there were several months for way cheaper than braces, really. My daughter's done. She wore mouthpieces that widened her palate. Her teeth got straightened. She's done. And I said, well, what about a retainer? Oh, no. The way we do it is permanent because we widen the palate, reshape the jaw. It's done. And she'll never get TMJ or sleep apneas. She's done. Now, my son, he needs a little more, but I continue $140 a month. I can never talk about anything but the new orthodontics, new early orthodontics, the very best. Now, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ can also do it for adults with a more aggressive plan. Call this for both and just ask about it. Tell them Tom Martino sent you. The new orthodontics, Dr. Kent Lawson, 303-690-0100, 690-0100, please, or look up the new orthodontics on the referral list.
Would you grab something I just printed out, babe?
Sure.
Come on, Tom. What is wrong with you? Just do it.
She didn't like
What?
No, I can't get my computer to work.
Oh.
I ended up not in jail. I ended up in mental health hold.
Because of her, though.
Oh, yeah.
She
Was that the lawyer?
Yeah.
Well,
and all you got to do is just say one little thing wrong and you're done. You're right. He's doing everything wrong. He's going to end up in jail.
he already, yeah.
The tiniest thing you do.
Are we coming back already?
No.
Oh.
He's playing Rocky crap over.
Tommy, when I have these people are dying to give
playing Rocky
Clint
stuff
and
for Rocky.
kudos, but I just want you to know,
Good
these
intro
people
right
don't even put a screw in their house without calling our list. So when they do come in,
Hey,
okay?
Tom, read that real quick. Just if there's anything to tickle more for a general response. That's someone saying, hey, I thought I was the only one.
Well, see, it's away from. See, this is
Who is this guy?
That's Mike from Colorado Springs.
Rock's right.
What is he
right? It's a continuous
He's
water source.
Smith
Always
Plumber.
mold.
Oh, I'll talk.
Fix that
No,
first.
I want to respond.
Well, Neil reached out to me.
I understand. I want to help you respond. I'm not necessarily.
Sprinkler system.
I think we can do it in a different way.
Well, I already said that too. But that's what I want you to do is tickle it.
You want me to also respond or what? Because you already sent it.
I don't think there's any purpose in it. Zero purpose.
Yeah, he called you yesterday. Sure.
Have them call us.
Yeah,
We can remove it.
About what?
That mold.
Oh, you think it's actually, they said it was fungi.
Fungi, mold.
Same shit.
It's still a continuous water source.
Right.
Yeah,
They
but
gotta
it's-
fix it. They gotta fix it.
How do you fix it?
Plumber.
Did you see a picture of it?
Yes, I did.
Find out
Plumber,
what's leaking.
roofer. Right. That's the first thing.
But what do you mean oh, so you think the water's coming off the roof?
Coming off the roof, it's not. They probably haven't cleaned their gutters in a while.
He says it's only one side of his house, because that's where the shade is.
Rock sprinkler system, even hitting it every night.
It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Saturday, 4 to 6.
Well, we're up down. Rock is absolutely right. It has to be a continuous water source. It goes a day or two and it's right up in the box.
But if there's no food source, I don't get it.
Lose water, there's
Yeah, but just water doesn't cause mold, does
not
it?
necessarily. It depends. There's waterborne, yes. Because
Okay.
you got bacteria, things in the air.
Tom Martino here. I want to remind you, I'm here until 2 o'clock. Please keep your calls coming or join us for help, information, referrals, anything else. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors. That's the one clear choice you have when it comes to garage doors. And you know what? I say things sometimes so quickly you might think, oh, yeah, really. I'm dead serious. You will never find this level of service anywhere for the same price or for any price. You won't find better doors, better openers, better people than Chappie and his team. And I've known the GM here in Denver since he was born. I was literally at the house when he was born with a home birth. Isn't that funny? Here's what's funny about that birth. Let me just tell you this real quick. By the way, oneclearchoicestores.com. Let me tell you about that story. So, the midwife comes to the house to deliver him. This is so cool. Think about how kids think, right? So the mom is pregnant, but the kid knows she's pregnant, right? Okay, the midwife comes. They go into a room. She has a baby. Hours pass, she has a baby. And everyone is admiring the baby. The midwife leaves, starts walking down the path to her car, and the little girl yells out, her other daughter, her other kid, yells out, lady, you forgot your baby. Because for her, there was a person there, and where did it come from? It must be this lady's baby. I thought that was a cool story. Now, Jeffrey, I want you to protect yourself. I'm going to tell you why, okay? I'm not going to assume anything, but I will say this. Whatever you can wildly imagine could happen. I don't know what happened that night, that incident. I want you to finish, but I'm going to give you a plan that I want you to follow. But what happened after you took your child and went down to the guy, her lover's home, or her sex partner's home? I shudder to call it love. What happened?
I laid on the horn. I parked out next to her car. I laid on the horn. I yelled, "Get out of the house!" He walked out, fired a gun at the ground.
Who fired? Who fired?
The lover, the man.
Oh, he fired a gun.
Yeah, he fired a gun.
Oh God.
And yeah, I know.
Then what? Then what, Jeffrey?
The worst thing. Yeah. So I got out of the car with look. I know the guy, and I knew that he would not put my child in danger. And I got out of the car, and
you got out of the car. Hold on.
I had my child in my arms. Yeah.
How old is your child?
And he's 6.
Then what? Oh God.
I had him in my arms, and I said, I can't believe you just fired a gun. My son is here. I mean, I wouldn't have left my son at home, you know. And they're yelling at me. I can't believe you brought your kid. And they start advancing towards me, and I turn around and I run. I'm running the opposite direction, and they chase me, and they chase me down, and they're grabbing at my shirt and my arms, and I waved off the grabs. I never even looked back. I couldn't even tell who was grabbing me, and I'm just trying to get out of the situation. There's a man with a gun chasing after me in that situation, and apparently my wife fell. I guess. I don't know. I never turned around, but she says she fell, and then the grabs got intense enough to where I had to put my child down. I was scared I was going to drop him or fall on him or something, you know. And the man put me in a chokehold, and I almost lost consciousness. Apparently, I don't know. He's trained in jiu-jitsu or something, but I mean, my neck hurts a week later still. You know, I ended up going. Well,
thank God, no police were ever called.
No, they were. I went to the cops a day later, and I gave a statement.
Was he charged? Was anyone charged, Jeffrey?
He's going to be charged. I am told he's going to be charged. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, menacing. Hold on, menacing for the gunshot, and assault for the chokehold. I mean, yeah, but what does that really accomplish? I mean, he shouldn't have done that. What else then? What then? What else are you telling us, and what advice do you need? I'm going to give you advice whether you ask for it or not, but I wanted to know what was in your mind when you thought, I'm going to call Tom Martino. What was on your mind?
Well, I'm wondering if I need resources for a lawyer. Am I exposed? Am I going to go to jail? Am I going to lose my child? Over this?
I don't see what you did wrong. I mean, first of all, you shouldn't ever yell, I'm gonna whatever you said about the house, I'm gonna blow up the house, or I'm gonna
tear this house apart.
Yeah, never. And you should listen. Domestic violence is very easy to be charged with. Now, obviously, you know, they have to prove it, but still, you don't want it on your record. Trust me when I tell you. Now, I was falsely accused of that. Now, I'm going to tell you something, okay? I'm going to tell you this straight up. You need, no matter what, you need to be separated and apart from her. and not to confront her. Seriously, no matter how angry you are, and you need to keep the kid out of it completely. That kid is traumatized, whether you think he is or not.
Yeah.
Traumatized. Don't. He's 6 years old, a boy.
Yeah.
6 years old. He's recording this. Now listen, are you guys at an agreement where you can stay apart, where one gets the house? Are you at that point yet or not?
Yeah, I believe I'm going to get the house.
Okay, you are going to stay at the house. Who is going to keep the child most of the time?
I don't know yet. I would like him to stay at the house.
Okay,
I want
where is he staying right now, Jeffrey? Where is he staying right now?
Right now he's staying with me at the house.
Okay.
He got an apartment, and we're setting up a room for him so that we can share.
Who? Oh, I don't understand. You're setting up a room. What does that mean?
She's renting a house at least for the next month.
Okay.
And after that.
And he has a bedroom at that house.
Yeah, he will have a bedroom. We're setting
Keep it non-confrontational, Jeffrey. Either 50-50, 60-40, it doesn't matter. But you want to establish a status quo. That means a very level, non-confrontational status quo of living in a home with your son. And if you want, you're not angry where you want full custody and all of that, right?
No, I've been advised by some people to do that, but I don't want to do that.
That's usually anger. That's usually anger because even if women do not make good wives or men do not make good husbands, they often can be good parents. So what I would do, I would keep them separate. All right, you're going to feel personally victimized. You're going to be personally offended. Keep it all to yourself when it comes to the kid, and keep the child out of it. Keep the house the way it is, and don't pay a dime unless ordered, or you come to some kind of casual agreement, but keep track of everything. And I don't know where the funds are in the house or what, but before a divorce is filed, if you think she's foolish and she's going to take all the money and blow it, you should take every dime you have and isolate it from her. Every dime.
Yeah, I started to do that.
By the way, and I'm not saying you do that to be a selfish fool. I'm saying for protection. Am I saying you should ultimately share? Yes, of course. What's rightfully the community property or hers? Yeah, look, you shouldn't seek to get back at your wife for being a cheater. Honest to God. Because you know why? Because it doesn't matter. It's not going to ever bring her back. So I want you to stay away from her, though. You got to stay away from her. And you need to file first. Don't wait. Do not.
She filed.
What? You did?
She filed already.
That's too bad. Okay. Whoever files first usually has a bit of an upper hand. Now,
why do you say that?
Because you become the plaintiff and you get the upper hand. That's why you become, or they don't call it plaintiff, but you have the respondent or whatever, and the filer. The filer usually has the upper hand because you time it to where you want it.
You mean timeline.
You establish jurisdiction unless it's challenged. You establish a whole bunch of stuff. You can even judge shop in a way if you have a good attorney. Does she have an attorney?
I don't know, sort of. She called somebody, but
you need to find.
Well, CPS.
He should call Bonnie.
What? Who? What?
CPS has been called.
By who?
And they're going to show.
By who?
By our counselor. He was required to
because a gun was involved in a kid. You know what, Jeffrey? If you get CPS involved, it is the worst thing that could ever happen. The worst thing, because they're going to get a child advocate, and they're going to, you know, you both could lose your child. Did you know that?
Our counselor thinks we're going to get through it.
When you say our counselor, there is no our counselor. What counselor?
Okay.
I mean, that counselor.
A marriage counselor, I guess.
Okay. That marriage counselor hasn't worked. Now, what you need is a legal counsel. Forget couples counseling at this point, unless it's the only place you can come together in a civil manner for mediation. You may want to ask. You may want to ask that counselor if they want to sit in on a mediation, but you should try to go to a mediation unless she is angry and unreasonable.
Okay.
Is she angry and unreasonable?
She's unreasonable in a lot of ways, but I don't think that she's trying to take my child from me.
And she's not. Wait, what about property? She's trying to hurt you.
No, she doesn't appear to be, though. I don't trust her.
Get into a mediation.
You know what I mean?
Get into a mediation. This is what I would suggest. I would suggest you lawyer up immediately, Bonnie Shields immediately, okay? What is it, 798-1927? 798-1927, Bonnie Shields, lawyer up, get it done. Do not ever allow yourself, 303, don't ever allow yourself to be accused of anything, so that means you can't be near her alone. Trust me when I tell you that.
Okay.
Because it doesn't take any proof, it doesn't take any evidence, it just takes someone saying he did something, and then you're arrested and your life is upside down. Because it doesn't matter if you're guilty or innocent. It matters what people want to say about you. So the truth is, even when it's discharged or dismissed, it still is a stigma. It's a terrible stigma. Do not put yourself in that position. And the other thing you do, is only act with respect to her, and don't ever, ever, ever be alone with her. Jeffrey, you will thank me for this advice. Don't ever be alone with her.
Okay.
And also, with the child, never a crossword, ever, whether you're with her or not.
Never a crossword
about mommy, toward anything actually. Absolutely. Well, you can discipline your son, of course, but you want to be very level-headed and loving toward mom. That's mommy's coming to get you. How fun, you know? Please.
Sure. Okay.
Please undo all this damage, and then report back with any changes. I want you to first talk to Bonnie, okay?
Okay.
Did you respond yet to the divorce?
I haven't been served.
There's mandatory mediation. There's a 90-day clock before you can make it final. Get mediation first. Okay, mediation, where if you can get it all done, it'll be cheap and painless. If you have any other questions, Jeffrey, please, Suzanne, give him my private email, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Way over, Jose.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
I want to help the guy.
You know that advice about not badmouth mommy? If you badmouth mommy, the kid will defend her.
Oh, God.
The kids will defend her if you badmouth her.
Well, he's the same guy that just called a radio station and acknowledged everything he did. I mean, it's kind of weird in general.
He committed domestic violence.
I know he did, and he acknowledged he did in the public forum.
He initiated that. He went to that guy's house.
But she probably did also.
That guy's going to claim
She chased him.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
They're going to claim
you know, you can get mad and slam your own phone down, and that's domestic violence.
Who's our old goalie?
Unfucking
It's the
truth. Oh my God.
Patrick Waugh?
Patrick Waugh?
Yeah.
He did that?
Yeah. He got arrested for it.
God, you don't have... When he went over there, he initiated domestic violence.
Where business owners and HR
professionals
post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with
You're doing everything wrong.
Okay, guys, I'm up. Century RV still has a Labor Day sale going on with the lowest prices on America's #1 selling camper trailers, the Cougar. Listen, this is a wonderful place for new and used RVs. 2 locations. In Lakewood, I just visited that one. In Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims. They also have one up north on the 119 turnoff to Longmont. Give them a call. You'll never be disappointed. Ultra light technology as well with the Kodiak. Hey, 303-453-1111, CentryRV.com.
What you're thinking. You want your carpets cleaned, and then you're going to try to DIY.
So, Mark, are you thinking about getting another RV?
Look, I want the job done price too.
If you are,
maybe.
Listen, Mark, American Restoration, he's here.
That's what B Green
so we'll just do that. We're not doing that because he's here. Safe United. There's no reason.
I'm serious, Mark. You should get that rubber
as well. BGreenCarpetCleaning.com. B Green.
Mark, you know, I want to show you photographs here.
Of what?
Of the helicopter after he cleaned the carpet. You do not believe. And the leather seats. Oh my God. First of all, the guy didn't know what he was doing. And I open up the hangar door and I take out the seats and he goes, "This is the coolest thing I've ever heard." He's taking selfies and all. But that empowered water is just like, you know, like in the...
I still want to see him drink.
Like in commercials or in infomercials, you see like where they do this and there's a beginning and the end, you know, like the demarcation where they clean something, or they take out a spot. I had them do that because I had so many attempts and so bullshit over the years.
I'd like to see our 3 carpet cleaners head to head.
That would be great. That's a great
Now, I did
idea.
that one time, and what I did was I went to the Taste of Colorado and I put a piece of rug underneath this booth.
Tommy,
the turkey leg booth.
very latest you got to go out at 48 or it's going to screw up our top of the hour stuff. Like when we come back at the 45.
Oh, I will. I'm going to be
48.
on time. I'll just be on time. I'm sorry.
Well, we hate harassing you, but
I'm an ass. No, I want you to.
You want us to? We'll just keep harassing you.
No, I want you to, like, say, Tom, we got a break or something if I'm going over. I get carried away, especially when a guy...
Well, he's got 2 chicks in his break.
Especially when you have a guy accused of, or could be accused of domestic violence. That man, his life will be over.
2 men in a truck, 2 chicks in the grass.
Do you know Maxine Oliver?
Opposite of me, too.
I said, oh, we're going to say drugs. No.
I gave her the death. I gave her death.
That's pretty common. You only get a handful of calls per
No, it's usually full. You know what? In the summer, it's been different, but things will get better. No, we get usually full lines. We used to have full lines all 3 hours. And now things happen where we get spurts and all of that. It's just, it depends, man. Depends on the season, too.
No, they started selling a lot of commercials. Period.
That's my girlfriend was saying. She was like, there's way too many
End of
commercials.
story.
We went to
and then people started just grabbing the podcast like you because
that's the truth of the
25 fucking minutes of commercials started bugging the shit out of me.
Yeah.
All right, you had to say it.
I mean, I did say it.
You had to say
if
it.
anybody's listening, I fucking stick by it.
It's not because
we had.
I'm making wheelbarrows.
It's good though.
Let's get here.
There's nothing bad.
That's RossKaminsky.com/C.
We like revenue.
ILLON.
We love revenue.
Structured settlement or a
I'll turn you down.
I would like a cough button. I would like a cough button.
You mean for everything?
I just want you to get back to the nuisance abatement, man.
Look, hey Mark, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in tears at night listening.
No, a lot of people do.
Now listen.
That kind of shit cuts either we get
show,
quit and talking about it, or it's crazy, man.
Dano, for our new
you would, I know what you're saying, but it doesn't work that way, man. We'll get more people going. God, I gotta fucking
quality
listen to
of
this again.
direct video onto a hard drive. I'm going to get a hard drive, and I'm not going to keep it forever, so I can get a hard drive, download it.
We already have it.
Okay, where do I
the hard drive's downstairs.
Well,
it's a little USB drive.
Where do I insert this? Where are we going to record?
That's what she said.
I want it to be the finished product going out.
Before you don't want to go out live.
No.
I'm recording whatever is going out live, but before it goes live. I don't want to record the stream. It's bad video. I want.
No, it doesn't. You're just going to record to the hard drive.
Yeah.
I already have the hard drive downstairs.
Okay, where?
No, he's going to.
The hard drive's downstairs.
Where will we intercept it?
Well,
you plug it right into USB.
It's that easy. Okay.
And then you grab the USB drive and you can cut it up.
Gaily, I'll give it back to you when I.
It's whatever you see here. There's going to be no difference.
We're going to pick a time to do this.
Except it's going to be high res.
Let's see. I want to launch this on Monday. Monday, okay. And there's a reason for it. I'm going to summarize and do things, and I
need
we
were talking the Av, and here's the music.
Even if I can have, I need a camera that I can actually get a medium shot. Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, I want to remind you, we have our guy here, Rock Terry, American Restoration 24/7. Our common man we never introduced, my goodness gracious, Jack Hamlin. He is in the studio. He owns and operates a full-service oil and gas engineering and design firm.
What does that mean?
They engineer and design rigs, right? No, yes?
No, we engineer and design surface facilities and pipeline systems.
Okay,
so
cool.
For like refineries?
Well, it could be a well pad facility, a pipeline, a compressor station, a terminal. Could be a retrofit or a brand new facility.
So this is not a little tiny firm. You got 120 people working with you?
Yeah, it's modest.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. He listens since 10 years old. Really?
Who's like a big competitor? Like Halliburton?
We don't want to mention.
Well, yeah, sure we could. I mean, it'd be like Jacobs or CH2.
What's the name of your company, Jack?
Summit Engineering.
Summit Engineering. Okay, Jack. And Jack listens to the podcast and bugs the hell out of Megan.
Who's Megan?
His significant
Oh, he was
other.
saying that on break. Turn
Megan,
that down.
Hi, Megan, get on board here. You'll learn a lot.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. And Megan, go to sleep now. Go sleep. He's going to just listen for a few more minutes.
Now, do you listen to anything that she likes that drives you insane, like maybe Oprah or something?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Motorcycle's one of his hobbies. What do you have?
I have a MV Augusta, Brutality Dragster, and a Triumph Speed Triple. Nice shirt.
Wow.
Oh, my God. You really do have bikes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an
do you race
expensive
them?
hobby.
No, just up the canyons here.
Does your honey like riding?
Not to incriminate myself.
Do you wear a helmet?
Of course, yeah.
Does she ride with
full gear,
or
head to
drive
toe.
or ride? Does she
on the back?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Bill, I'm so sorry for the wait. What's going on with you, Bill? Thank you so much for calling.
Well, the most important thing is I'm throwing roses at a company as opposed to the rocks you normally hear about.
What are the roses you're throwing?
The roses are to a company known as Freedom Mobility.
Now, what do they do?
Among other things, they sell and modify vehicles for those who need assistance.
Oh, cool. Did you have one modified?
I actually did. They put in a lift mechanism for my wife, and that's why I'm calling.
To say they did a great job?
That is an understatement.
This is not the first time we've received kudos on this company.
We need to get a company like that on the referral list. I don't think we have any, do we, that do conversions?
Not that I know of.
So, you know, that's so nice of you, Bill. Now, what's the nature of your wife's disability?
She's suffered a stroke 20 years ago. So one side of her body is impaired.
You know, TMS Solutions, which is a sponsor, they have done research with that magnetic pulse therapy into recovering stroke victims. I'm not saying that they're doing it actively now, but I've heard of that. Have you ever looked into getting her other half kind of up and mobile?
She had a hemorrhagic stroke, so that's not possible.
Well, Bill, thank you very, very much for your kudos. We have, listen, I promise you, I'll take all of your calls. We're just getting backed up here, and we will impart a bunch of cool information. People are getting pissed. This is why, okay? Because of these interruptions. People get pissed.
Report is sponsored by
TMS.com. There is no way insurance would cover that, though, would it?
Southbound I-25 there near Spear. That's got
What you just said, there's no way they touch it.
So listen, in hour 2 it says Century American. Okay, so then we have Fix It coming up, right? Good. Colorado.
Nothing out of the ordinary there. And westbound 270 heavy between.
Clint's got kind of an update on that concrete. The guys, they've been out in Arizona.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh, you out?
There'll be a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a hot high of
I'll come down and set that up real quick.
I don't want to hear it until
I'm going to go set up her
but that's
computer
good.
real fast.
Is he ready to do it?
Wagner on 630.
I don't know why I'm not.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
Okay. I can't remember when he didn't smoke. He would go outside. I'd be bored.
My wife was the key driver into me getting.
We haven't even kicked in the 4th hour yet when that thing gets buzzing.
We don't lose the viewers. You know that.
What's that?
We do not lose viewers in that 4th hour.
Good. Yes.
Visit JUUL.com. Jewel Labs compensated this individual.
Mike's coming on. Fix It 24/7, the $39 people. You've heard me talk about their wonderful clean-in checks and their free second opinions on all major repairs. If you need it, you get it. If you don't need it, they'll suggest something cheaper and better. And here's the deal. They have to stick to it, right? If they're doing a second opinion, there's no way to BS here. I love these guys. FixMyHome.com. 720-526-3939. What else? For $39 they find any problem. You know, it takes most of the time the diagnosis, and the fix is cheaper than the diagnosis most of the time. So they have limited their diagnostic fee. They're hunting to $39 no matter what it is. Then they'll even credit you that if you have the work done, and they guarantee you'll never have better work, the same work, even with the same products and quality and value ever, because they stand behind their work 100% and they are proud of it. FixMyHome.com. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric. Give them a call. 720-526-3939.
Excited to let you know that you can learn more about their effort to connect to and support survivors and help eliminate child abuse and neglect in our country. Tune into K-House 6:30 throughout.
And you guys do fantasy drafts?
What'd you say?
Fantasy drafts?
No.
You don't guys do that?
I got too much work to do.
Do you do it? Do you ever get into fantasy football?
Yeah,
you do?
3 teams.
Do you win?
I won last year, yeah.
Like, do you win money?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I hear there's really excitement. I know a guy that travels out of town for the Super Bowl of is there a Super Bowl of yours?
A lot of people do that, and then they have, just to get everybody, almost like a bachelor party.
That's pretty cool. So like during the final of the 2 fantasy teams, you go somewhere and party?
Right.
Sweet.
We don't do that, but...
Come on, man. Crank the game up a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Make it a little more expensive.
Thursday night football killed that for me. That was just too much football.
Too much football? You know what?
Too much football.
You're right. And
Come on, man. No, first of all, I'm not a fan,
Sundays.
but I find it shocking for a fan to say that.
Well, it's just, that's what makes football great versus baseball. It's just...
Oh, my God, 165 games or something?
I love baseball.
I love baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Can you watch it, though?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
other
yeah,
than
all day.
live.
You probably play
You
it.
can
Yeah,
watch
I
it.
did.
What
But
is it, man?
It's just it's like it's relaxed if you've played it, and you see
It's
there's a lot
strategic.
more going on than just a pitcher and a batter. You're
Right,
seeing
right.
shifts in the
That's
outfield
what I say.
and everything else. And
If you know what you're,
they're playing the player, so all these defenses, they're lined up for where that guy's going to hit the ball.
I've never been
statistically.
Right, but
I love it.
you can tell every pitch probably, right? That's a curve.
Well, not real. No,
That's
they're pretty quick now, man. You got to look at the scoreboard.
That's a camera angle. But the camera
And he
angle.
says, yep, slide it.
If you're there live, you could.
No, he's on TV. He says, I mean, I'm serious. The guy could.
No, I love it. But I don't like football. I can't watch football.
Is spitball
Really?
illegal?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Can't watch it.
Is spitballing illegal?
I believe it is. I don't think you can put anything. You got to lick your hand first, and it can't be any foreign substance. I'm not 100% sure what
Rob,
that is.
did you ever play team sports or any other sports?
Football, track, and
High school or college?
I liked old football. I can't watch anymore. Too many rules, man.
There is a lot of rules.
And kickbox. I with the Nationals in kickbox.
I've never been really athletic except younger days karate, but that was like, I've never really gotten into sports. I was never good at it, and I think it's because I was poor. We couldn't afford this shit that I needed. And so everybody had these right-handed gloves, so I'd catch.
You lefty?
Take it off. No, I did that. I literally had to.
Were you a lefty?
Yeah.
Cool, me too.
So then when I finally got a left-handed glove, my mom saved up. I mean, I couldn't use it because it's like I was used to catching with my right hand, so I catch, then I go.
Like those dudes with one hand or something that you see on?
Yeah. They only got one hand. They can do it.
Where'd you grow up, Rob?
Colorado Springs.
Oh, really? Cool.
I've seen a picture with that. He put it on the stub.
Yeah.
And all of
There was
these
a
things,
pro pitcher that
I'm
had it.
changing with my kid. All these things I wish I had done. I just never did shit, and I said I don't want that to happen with my kids. It's you wonder, like some of these fathers and moms that have superstar kids, like all of them. How do you know the time it takes?
Yeah.
And the dedication.
Hockey.
Oh, wow. To take your kids
One of my best
all
friends
over,
lives in
all
Texas
over
for that
the
reason,
state
for
or
baseball.
country.
He moved to Frisco, Texas to raise his kids in
Or
baseball country.
kids who
That's all we do.
even race cars. I mean, you're getting them involved, and you're spending money and time, and your life is dedicated to your kid. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. David wants to talk about oil and gas rights, and we just happen to have, our guy here, Summit Engineering, who does oil and gas. What's going on, David?
Yeah, I got a letter that says Oak Ridge Resources is interested in purchasing.
Yeah, I get 100 letters a month. Yep. And how much do you...
It.
Huh?
Is it legitimate?
Well, okay, that's a good question. They're all kind of legit, okay? What it means is they are doing an acquisition phase, and they look at deeds, and on the deeds have hundreds of names sometimes because royalty owners, there's so many of them usually. And what they're doing is sending out a mass email or a mass mailing, and they're just simply saying, we want to buy, and we pay up to 10 or 15,000 an acre or whatever it is, and then they say, and then there's small print that says, you know, we're assuming you have ownership and you can prove it and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, most of them are legit, but the question isn't so much are they legit, you can find that out in a hurry. You just look up their names. They're usually well-known entities buying or well-known investors in the community, and it's a small community in general. But how much are you getting? It's very difficult to assign a basis to your oil and gas rights. Let me give you an example. I buy some tracts sometimes that have literally thousands of acres. So I might own a tract with thousands of acres, but only a couple hundred are under development. Then I might have another tract where most of it's under development, very few vacant acres. Then I have others where it's just one or two wells. And I buy them in a package. Many times estates will sell a package. So in this package, you get a bunch of vacant stuff, you get a bunch of working interest, you get a bunch of are things working, wells and all that. But how much per acre is that worth? If somebody offered you $12,000 an acre, you don't even know if that's good. And if you don't know your basis, you don't know what to sell it for without losing money. You could sell it for every offer that comes in, and at the end, the 100 or 2 or 3 or 700 you invested could turn out to net you, 50. So I'm giving exaggerated examples. So I need to ask, how much do you own?
So this is less than an acre?
Okay, then you do not have a problem. You know exactly what you paid for it. How much did you pay for less than an acre?
So they're saying total amount to be paid per acre is $3,000.
I am asking you, what did you pay for your 1/2 acre?
What did I pay?
Yeah,
I didn't pay anything.
So it came with the house?
Apparently it was inherited to me.
Okay, so you have no basis that you know of, so you can do whatever you want. It's that easy. I mean, you could just see what the going rate is. And where would I don't know, how would you evaluate value, though, on that, other than what you paid for it? If he inherited it, how would you do that, common man Jack?
There's a couple ways you could do. You need to get an attorney or a landman involved.
A landman usually is even better.
Yeah, landman. They'll tell you what the going rates are, and
in that area.
If he wants to email, I'm happy to help him out and get it to my network and see if we could help him out there.
Sure.
Other than that, I think there's a site called Petro Values, which is like a Zillow, but it shows land and mineral value pricing.
Oh, good. Okay.
So that'd be.
But with a 1/2 acre, it wouldn't matter. No. It really doesn't.
No.
How much are they offering?
2,100.
How much?
2,100.
Okay. Are you getting checks on that now, monthly?
Checks? No.
Well, then you have a working interest that is not netting you any royalties?
Yeah.
I would take the 2,100. I mean, some people would say no. Stick around, and I'll answer a quick question or two for you. I have to take Susan and others. Call 303-713-TALK.
Greenberry.
You can ask him if it's lease or for his mineral rights.
Yeah, is it a surface or a mineral?
Well, no, not just that. Just where oil can be.
Our show's extended, so now
or they take them. They
we only say you have to be here.
I think his was a purchase was 3,100. Otherwise, it'd be a monthly royalty.
What is this, the HOA issue? Is it
now, what I can say is, I can generate from our emails some questions. Oh, no, it's up to you. Totally up to you. If you want to stay, you're welcome to stay as long as you want, or to leave. It's up to you.
Simply HOA issue. HOA issue may be us.
Simply Floors
Oh, okay. But if not, I can still generate questions.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and go.
You're going to go?
I'm going to go ahead and go.
He wants the consumer to win.
Yeah, if you generate some questions for us, that'd be great.
I could, and again, if you want to go, you go. And we'll,
if you have some meetings after.
Good hang with you.
I have to run to the restroom. I understand totally, bro. I might. God, I might cheat.
Do it.
Dan.
as far as, what's her name, the stutterer, did you listen to the whole message?
Thank you so much. Are you leaving?
She just wanted to bitch about you. She only wants to complain about you.
Okay.
So I listened to it, and I had to agree with her. No. And she wants her papers back.
That was 2 years
So just
ago.
give me what you have, and I'll mail it off to her.
No.
Did she say she faxed them?
Yes.
You should just the nasty.
I'll tell her we shredded it.
I know. I'll look.
Okay, look.
Or you can
mail
look at my desk and then
No, I'm not even going near your desk. I'd get lost, and people would be like, "Where'd she go?"
You just got this whole
You want
thing.
water, cold water? You can move to here if you want.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do one.
All right, there
Thank
you
you.
go.
Bitching about me
I heard
now.
you
What
say,
is this
mention
about?
Jacobs.
Yeah.
My friend was the head of Jacobs here.
Get out of here.
In town.
What was his or her name?
It's Akavan.
A guy trying to help us.
Which group?
Reza Akavan.
Was it a guy?
Uh-huh.
What group was he? It was
So
Energy and Chemicals?
he's a road engineer.
Okay, so that's a different division. So yeah,
Yeah.
like
Then why did she do it?
heavy rail and transportation and all that.
Right.
They have an energy and chemicals group that would be separate. But yeah, that's really cool. That's
Yeah, my husband's mechanical.
How do you,
what's he do?
you can't
He works
swindle
for
somebody over
Leidos.
more. You
Yeah, I have a very good friend that works for the BT Leidos and Brad.
doesn't like
I know
what you did.
Brad
Brad's one
very
of my best
well.
friends, man.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Brad and his girlfriend. Yeah, I'm just
I
driving.
can't remember her name either, but they're up in Silverthorne now.
They're moving back.
Are they? Good to hear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we're
I hang
having
out.
the company party.
Yeah, Brad. So I moved in back when he was at RW Beck.
Yeah, my Rick has been with RW Beck
Okay.
for 30.
That's your husband?
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Who was his
Rick Wright?
Rick Wright.
Oh, I remember you told the guy,
That's really cool.
Small,
you can't
small
fix
When's,
town.
why is he moving
Yeah.
back? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah,
We haven't talked about
Small
like 2 months.
town.
Oh, I know who's mad at me. That lady that had that
Travel.
shit
Oh,
patio.
Bart and I used to go to like OBL over in Kyle's Ranch
right?
down in Mexico.
Said she didn't have it was
Yeah, I
going
can't
to the
believe
wall. I
I'm
remember
just
that.
having name
She
parties.
subpoenaed me to be hearing.
Natalie.
She was very unhappy with what I said. Thought I was going to be on her side.
Your husband still
I remember that. I
power.
remember that. He said,
Yeah,
you gotta
he
look
does.
great.
I can't be on her side when there's nothing wrong with it.
But he has to go to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, she's mad at me because now.
Brad's over there all the time. Too.
Yeah.
Well,
That's pretty small
she had
world.
the
It
drink
is.
with her lady at
Yeah.
Troubleshooter.
Yeah, you heard about you on the radio show.
Apparently,
Yes.
you agree
Well,
to
now you know
that.
about
Yeah, that's cool.
You agree that you're not going to start a lawsuit if you agree to the BBB, a resolution. Well, so they didn't go her way, they want to sue now.
And it's where I go to reach potential
We
customers.
can't sue unless they prove that there was something wrong with it. And she claims that she had a hostile, Dr. claims she had her witness became a hostile witness.
Hey Clint, do you know if there's any coffee around here?
There is, I don't know where.
I can't believe nobody drinks coffee. You guys crazy or what? Psychopath?
That's coffee there.
No,
Okay.
Tom gets coffee.
He brought that
somewhere.
up from down below. Ask Daphne, I'm not sure where they get
Yeah,
it.
Daphne would.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
They might be all the way down in the office.
I don't drink coffee, so I don't even know where it's at.
I can do it or not. It's just,
Says doctors will take medication-assisted treatment options
Anyway.
for opiate addiction.
no, I remember that. I remember. She said that it was slow prone.
She had an engineering report saying it was slow strong. And I think it was fake. The engineering report.
Well, you did for the well.
Yeah, and I did. And it was a quarters per foot. It was perfect. Quarters per
Is that what it's
foot.
supposed to be, quarters per foot?
It could be anything as long as it's draining away. Quarters per foot is a standard for drains for water. For
On a
sewer.
cement server? It must be different from cement or just dirt.
For sewer,
Okay.
a sewer line has to drop at least a quarter inch per foot to drain properly. And so that number is used a lot, even though I don't think there's really any standard of that. It could be dead
Get it,
flat.
Tom.
You don't want them running back toward the house. Headlines with
I remember that one.
Some delays in the drive downtown due to
And
a
she
crash
said
at
the color
South
was
I-25 there
Yeah,
near
and it messed up
Spears.
the back
It's got the right
anyway, it was
shoulder
one
block.
of the nicest jobs I've ever
Watch
seen.
out for curiosity delays past Park Avenue
at this time. A couple of other slow spots at the Highway Drive, westbound I-70, that stop and go between Quebec and Vasquez, nothing out of the ordinary there.
I think
And
this is a
westbound
regular
270
thing
heavy
for her, 'cause
between
she's a
Quebec and
battle
York.
of the
Watch out for
drywall in the house,
construction
too.
delays on the westbound side of the turnpike between Foothills and Table Mesa. The weather forecast.
She was
There'll be
showing
a
me the
slight
drywall
chance
was
of
all done
afternoon
wrong.
thunderstorms
She's like,
today with a hot high of
I'm looking at it.
93. Right
Where?
now, a few clouds above in the Mile High
there.
City, and we're sitting at 89 with your impact
That's
traffic.
okay right there.
Pete Wagner
89
on
degrees.
6:30.
Okay, guys, spot coming on.
Used by over 3 million businesses for
Mike
hiring.
is going on now. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for this hour and the next on the new Troubleshooter Show Extended. I suffer from tinnitus, real deal, and I went to Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, and you should too. It's really that simple. Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa are the ones that I found that dedicate their entire practice to coming up with solutions, and they do have solutions. It's not an impossible task to end the suffering of tinnitus. They also treat hearing loss. Now, usually a hearing loss has some tinnitus associated with it. I call it the sound of silence, but many times it doesn't. But whatever it is, they'll give you a full evaluation, and here's the key. They'll let you try out technologies to see what's best for you. And I love that because there is absolutely no risk and there is no cost for trying out hearing aids. 303-534-0163, conveniently located Clarkson and Hamden. 303-534-0163, helpforringing.com.
Has something extra for small businesses, up to 45% off.
We miss you, bro, but you know what? Ugly Ed does a good job. He does.
I trained him up good, huh?
Yeah. The other fill-ins, though, shit, it's dreadful. They just don't know our routine.
Hey Tom, how'd you ever find that? Remember when you did the show on Ian the Hurricane Heimish or whatever it was? That dude that was in the MMA.
Yes.
How did you find that guy?
Oh, a good friend of mine that I brought up from a kid, brought him a little buddy of mine, taught him how to fly in the beginning. He's just stayed in touch with me over the years, works with me, and he had a friend that is one of his best friends. He introduced us to. He said, "You got to hear this story."
That was gripping, man. I was like glued. I've never been glued to the radio like that. That was pretty cool.
And I ought to bring. You know what? We need to bring him on for an update. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know. Dreadfully, and you know why? He's just tired. He's tired, and what do you think, John?
Mark said that he came out pretty cocky. No, I didn't see the fight.
Well, you know what?
That dude was on. That was a good show.
Every once in a while, you need to lose one to get him.
Get your head back into it.
Yeah,
you're right. No, you're right.
What was
and the
that?
thing about it, he fought a wrestler, and this guy was a wrestler.
Who, Ian was?
Ian was a wrestler in high school.
What was that? Clark Jeffrey just
the other guy
hit home with me.
Is that a what? Oh.
Hit home with me.
Yeah, that was pretty effed up.
God, it got me upset.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, and I welcome you to the show, the only show of its kind anywhere, truly. This hour brought to you by SimplyFloorsInc.com, and that's the Inc. like incorporated INC. You know what the show does is we handle complaints. There really is nowhere else to go with these kinds of complaints, so I'm going to get right to it. SimplyFloorsInc.com. One of the things we handle, floor covering problems. You'll get the best prices with Buddy Mitchell and his team at SimplyFloorsInc.com. We love them. Now, we also love having common men. We have Jack Hamlin in with Summit Engineering. We just happen to throw that in. He's an oil and gas engineer and designer. But he comes to us just because he meets the requirements. First, you have to be a long-time listener. He's been listening since 10 years old and with his parents. And then you have to love and adore me. That's what we do. Then we pluck you from the great unwashed and let you bask in radio glory. So I forgot to mention to him, though, you can really chime in. Honest to God, Jack, that's why we're here. We like common men, and we jokingly say that. Of course, no one's common. We have you come in to give your perspective. So far, is there anything you would have answered differently? Anything?
No.
Okay.
No, you're.
I mean, I want you to chime in.
This is quite an operation. You've.
We have fun.
Yeah, behind the scenes, but yeah, you're. Pretty charismatic guy. You're pretty smart.
You see the people that do the work, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
They're all calling and doing things.
Pretty chaotic, but...
Yeah, and Daphne had a call. I jokingly called these next 2 hours the Daphne and Tom Show because we have Suzanne and the executive producer on from the beginning of the show, and then we have a relief because the show now goes longer. Then, of course, we always have Mark here and Deputy Dan doing the video. live on Facebook, live on YouTube.
And stirring the pot.
Yeah. So she had a scam call, and they said there were criminal charges. She came up here and goofed us all, saying, "Oh, Tom, I'm very upset," and she let us play it. Can you play that over the radio? Can you play that the recording? Can you hold it up to your mic?
Yeah, I can do that. Hold on.
Just hold it up. I want to hear what it said, the voicemail, because a lot of people are getting these scam calls. So we're going to call on this later. I just want to hear the message, then we're going to do it later. I just want you to see people, you're getting this either crime or Social Security. Yeah, help her out there. General Grant's back visiting. Okay.
You know, Suzanne's computer had a catastrophic failure. Hard drive totally dead. 100% dead.
That's serious.
Yeah, well, thank God we have Mikey. Because I just plugged in the new one, and it's back to normal that quick.
Wow. Hey, you got it, Daph? Can we hear it?
Yeah, let's try this.
Yeah.
And there is an arrest warrant being issued under your name. To talk to an officer, press 1. I repeat, to know more about the case, press 1.
You hussy.
Well, that is Daph. This could be legit.
I had you guys going, though.
Okay.
I had a tear in my eye.
So now let's talk. We have problems, questions, complaints. Richard. What's going on with you, Richard?
Yes,
welcome to the show. What's happening?
Thank you very much for taking my call.
Yeah, what's happening?
I'm an individual that's having a problem. I live with my mother. I'm her caretaker. She does not drive, and so I've recently moved in to be able to be her caretaker. We are having some issues at an HOA where the HOA has created a rule for parking passes. I'm sure you've heard this before. And so they had created a parking pass with no warning of any kind. So the tow truck company has a contract that has a free and open range to be able to come in and tow vehicles that are parked in guest passes that do not hold this pass.
Now, if you're a resident, though, you have what to ID yourself?
Great question. I don't know exactly what we have to be able to ID
well,
ourselves
then,
if we are.
Who do they tow? Only guest spots?
Yes, they do only tow guest spots.
And the guest spot, in order not to be towed, must display this pass.
That is correct.
What is your problem with that, Richard? Keep going.
So my problem with that is that over the course of several years, we have had tremendous amount of problems with HOAs, and we have had several HOAs in the past couple of years. And
No. You haven't had several HOAs. I think you mean management companies who represent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep going.
Yes, sir. And so basically what has happened is that in order to fix the problem of people towing their third car on the lot, because we are allowed 2 vehicles, one is in a permanent space, one should be in any guest space possible. This has caused our community at the cost of over $30,000 in towing, and it's not.
No, wait a minute. Why, when you say it costs you in towing, usually you make money with towing?
He means the residents.
Oh, the residents that have had to pay because they were towed, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but I'm failing to understand this. You're telling me that they expect people to have an assigned parking space and, in addition to that, at least one guest spot, right? Open.
So they.
But why are people being towed? Now, this is the issue. Not that people are being towed, but do we have a bunch of residents that simply do not display the guest pass? Is that the issue?
So the unawareness of what color guest pass, because it has turned from a yellow pass to an orange pass to now a blue pass.
So how often does it change?
That is a great idea. So this is something I'm relatively new to being able to look into.
Okay.
So what it appears to be, it's looking like it has changed every 6 months.
Is your contention that they are making it purposely difficult in order to tow cars?
I think that they're just lack of incompetence. So in my situation personally, because I do feel that it is a case by case.
I was going to say what prompted the call. Obviously, you were towed.
Absolutely. Yes. So obviously I was towed.
All right. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, Richard, if it's okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I want to say this about calls in general. They're specific made universal is what I call the syndrome. And that's when people have a problem and then realize they're not the only ones, or it could be this, or it probably is this. And I don't mind specific turn universal if it's a major issue and we can help. But it doesn't really help you. So what I like to do first is just handle your case and not talk about the entire management company and their practices. So let's just talk about your case. When were you towed?
Absolutely. So,
when were you towed?
So yes. Yes, sir. I was towed a few weeks ago, and during the course of me getting towed, I've always parked in. I had one vehicle on the property. That's all I've had. Recently, I purchased a new vehicle, and we've had.
I don't care about that.
issues.
You're telling me a lot of. I don't care. You were towed a couple weeks ago. It doesn't matter how many vehicles you have. What happened?
I went to go. So before I got towed, I had requested from the management company, which is we are required by the HOA board to request the parking pass permit from the HOA. I did declare that, and they were unable to get me one because they were unable to have a working laminating machine, and I was unable to get a pass when I had needed one.
So what did they expect you to do? Take your chances?
They didn't have any kind of resolution for me at all.
Then not even a temporary pass.
Correct.
That's really freaking queer that they would make you not have anything to back up, and that you were now susceptible to being towing. That's stupid for them. So you went out knowing you could not get a pass. Then what?
So then, because of the situations of cars being broken into, I continued to park where I always have parked into the guest space next to my primary parking.
What are the rules for guest spots if you did have a pass? What are the rules if you did have a pass?
The rules are that the car should be removed from the guest parking spot within every 24 hours.
That's what I thought.
Occupy. Yeah.
And yours, because you parked in the same spot a few times, they assumed you hadn't moved it.
No, it was because I could not get a pass.
Okay, keep going.
So yes, I do take responsibility for parking there, but
I get it. You would have had a pass. You would have had a pass. Didn't they even have a record of you trying and them not having a laminating machine? But here's the real question. Here's the real question, and you better answer honestly, because I'm going to find out. You were told on what day they did not have a laminating machine. What day was it?
I was told on a Thursday.
And on a Thursday of what? What was it? What date?
I don't have that information.
Well, here's why it's important. Because if 30 days later you were told, that's one thing. But if it was 1 or 2 days later, I'm on your side. So you're told that...
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It was. How many days later? You went to the office to find a pass. They had no available passes because the laminating machine was broken. How many days later were you towed?
5 days.
Huh. 5 days. Did you inquire during that 5 days, are the passes available yet? I'm not saying you should have. I'm just asking.
To answer your question, no.
Okay. So, Mark, do you think that was negligent on his part? Not a serious negligence, but he was told on Thursday, hey, no pass. And then
I was
5
told
days...
that the only day that they were available to give me a pass was that following Monday. That Sunday night, my car was towed.
Okay, I get you.
What do they say when you tell them this? Do they deny they couldn't print you the pass? What's the gig, man?
So basically, because they've had so many problems with it, when I go in to ask about information, they tell me that I'm arguing about getting the information required. So I do have a heart-to-heart talk with them tonight. I'm going to reach out to them on a human level and go into their office and have a sit down and basically discuss my. You have a really
good case, but I'm going to tell you your problem coming up and how to resolve it.
It's Ross Kaminsky.
Mornings at 5.
You know what happened in the U.S. on 9/11.
That's right. Mark has it down. Yep. That's exactly what I'm going to say.
Let's see.
You can't make your case in 3 sentences. You're done.
Man,
And what is this case? I got towed. I attempted to get a pass. They said there were none available, and I had to come back Monday. I was towed Sunday night. Done. 3 sentences. Done.
I bought a new car. By the way, my sneakers are yellow.
I know. And I have cars because my mom needs this, and I need that, and then this, and then that, and then universally we have had 3 management companies, and
Obamacare sucks.
If I find out.
But
then again, let's all be honest.
Small claim suits.
If they
complain
down
to 3 sentences
properly,
I told them we're going to lose.
Then we don't know. I mean, they might tell them to fuck off regardless.
You'll win.
But what I'm saying is this: if everyone truly was an efficient caller, the show would suck. The show would suck.
It's not an apartment.
No, you could still make fun of them somehow.
You wouldn't be pulling teeth.
You're too concise, damn it!
Straight up the coast. So the Carolinas.
Dude, so her computer crashed. I set the new one up. The new one goes out to the server, sucks down all of her stuff, and it's like she has the exact same computer.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
So she doesn't have to download anything.
And he does it all remotely. The only thing I had to physically do was plug in the new computer.
So all of her software,
an Enstrom 480B, 480B, Enstrom. It's turbine, 5-place.
Cool. That's Centennial?
Let me see.
Have you called that?
I want this one.
No, I haven't.
You have nothing to lose except a bunch of interest expense.
I can admire it from before. I've tried to fly.
Mike's coming on.
I fly, but I can't fly a helicopter.
Now listen, I have people suffering from depression around me in my audience, my friends, some relatives. If you have depression and clinically you're med resistant, meaning you've tried medications, they're just not doing enough, I urge you to contact TMS Solutions. They have been proven, and they are approved by the FDA for depression, and they have been proven to supercharge your medication. That's just a term I'm using, meaning that it's more effective than just changing to another medication. If you've tried medications and repeatedly tried, just check them out, tmssolutions.com. In fact, they can do a complete evaluation, plus they can write the prescription right there. Sometimes people have stopped using medication. They are located in Littleton, Cherry Creek, Centennial, and Fort Collins, and around the country. TMS, that's like Tom Martino, but it's not me. TMSSolutions.com, 303-928-0499, or have your doctor contact them, 303-928-0499.
You're lodging for the 8th Annual Constitution Week celebration, September 16th.
God, getting told this is the worst.
I have another spot coming up in a minute.
Do you get paid to give the spots?
Not directly to give the spots. I represent companies.
Yeah.
And to be their spokesperson, we have a contract. And it's a month-to-month contract.
So they buy airtime and then pay you to be
They
their
don't
voice?
really buy my time. They just pay me a fee to be their spokesperson in all things. And also for consulting, placement, creative. I train their staff. It's not just, I'm not just a spokesperson who gets paid per spot. There are people that do that.
No, yeah, I was just saying on the radio, like when you come on and you give the commercial instead of them producing one, do they pay you for that? Or is that all part of the package?
Just like I said, the company pays me anyway, whether it's recorded or live. There's no extra bump for being live.
Gotcha.
ENDCAN.org. Join the conversation today and help put an end to child abuse and neglect.
DenverEgressWindow.com. What is an egress window? It is a window well. Why do I bring your attention to those? Because some of them are rotting away, those corrugated, ugly steel things that the builder put in. You can have them rebuilt to look beautiful. New sides or a new window or whatever you need. Maybe new gravel down there or something even better. They design them to look beautiful, so they enhance the home. Another thing I just want to mention, not only are they beautiful, but they're durable when DenverEgressWindow.com puts them in, DenverEgressWindow.com.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
You saw how the sponsors are really people that are here. Mm-hmm. That's really unique. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So Rock was he's a sponsor.
Yeah, he said what we call it is seamless.
Thinking, do you know John Strong?
Name really rings a bell.
He owns an engineering.
Yeah, John Strong, isn't that contract engineering services?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a staffing firm. Yeah.
Right off of Yale.
Yeah, I know that's that. Yeah.
That's why I was thinking, because Tom knows John.
Yeah, he's a pilot, isn't he?
We call it seamless integration of our clients into the content.
I like it.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK. Okay, so Richard, bottom line, one of the problems is you're your own worst enemy. Here's what I mean. Don't make it universal. Don't attack the entire process. Don't talk about the change in management. Don't talk about the difficulty of getting passes. None. Here's what you do. It's very simple, okay? Very simple. I attempted to get a parking pass. They told me they could not provide one until Monday, possibly, to check back. On Sunday night, I was towed. That's it. There is your story. That's it.
I I took that to the HOA board and just presented it, and then they denied my refund.
Well, what did they say? When you said, I tried to get a parking pass, they told me to come back Monday, I was towed on Sunday, what possible reason would they have not to give you a refund? Did they say, we're not giving you a refund because what? I mean, then you could have followed up with, what would you have done had you not been able to get a pass? Did you ask them that?
Yes, I did.
And what did they say?
They said that it was my responsibility, it's my vehicle, and I parked there knowing that the pass was not in my car.
Now, there is something, Richard, you're not telling me, because I'm telling you this. They're going to say he should have at least had his old pass in the window, or he could have done this or could have done that, or during this time we didn't have passes available, we told people to do this. Richard, I'm sorry. Sure. I know that people are very seldom illogical like you're explaining. And many people present the argument, leaving stuff out, hoping I jump on the bandwagon. What am I not hearing?
I don't know.
They never said to you, did they say to you, you should have put your old pass in the window?
No, they did not.
Okay. We need to call them just to find out. Who exactly at the board meeting told you that? Who said to you, it's your responsibility? After you told them, I attempted to get a guest pass, and they told me to come back Monday. Now, no one in their right mind would say, well, Richard, you should not have parked there until Monday. Did someone say that?
No one ever said that.
But they said it was your responsibility and you were parked there without a pass. That leads me to believe that they expected to see at least some pass. Did other people get a ticket during the time that no passes were available? Or when no passes were available, is this something you should have gotten earlier and they ran out? I don't know, Richard, but we'll find out. It's not going to take us long to make a phone call. But here's what I'm saying to you. Take him to small claims court in the meantime, because they have a reason. Now, if they don't, Richard, I am going to come down all over them if they don't have a reason. You know the issue, right? The issue is this. It's very simple, Deputy Clint. You could say it in a sentence. Why would you ticket someone who found it impossible to get a pass and was told to come back Monday? You see, we keep everything simple. 303-713-8255. Susan, welcome. What's happening, Susan?
Hello.
Hey, Susan. Thank you for being here. What's happening?
Thank you for taking my call. This is kind of a two-part issue, well, maybe more. It's regarding a purchase. My daughter purchased a vehicle from Accuracy Auto in Lakewood on the 15th. That was after having Auto MD. I hate to throw him under the bus.
I don't care. I mean, they looked at it. That's good.
Well, all he found were 2 lights out and a bad battery. Norris came back and looked at it after she purchased it and found way more things were wrong. But
okay. And by the way, Norris SOS Inspections is on a referral list. Automotive MD is on a referral list. And I find it pretty shocking that Automotive MDs did not find a lot of problems. What happened then?
So she bought the car on the 15th.
Yeah.
And Accuracy Auto, valve as known as, did not supply her with a passing emissions or a voucher, which is the law.
Well, they have to. Well, then that's going to get you. That's going to get you a nullification. But anyway, no voucher.
No, So this is the worst car story you'll probably hear all decade. So she gets it home. She doesn't drive it Friday because she's a big bike rider. She bought it because she's going to be moving to California. Saturday she got in it and engine light went on. And so Monday she took it for emissions. In the interim, she had Norris come look at it, and there were tons of problems. But
when did she went for emissions on Monday? It failed.
Right, and it failed. It was a P0028.
I don't care about that. Nobody cares about that. It failed.
Well,
then what happened?
You will. Well, here's the thing. It was the switches. That's the reason that it failed.
Doesn't matter why it failed. It failed. So then what?
Okay. So and Norris backed up that it was all original equipment. So it failed, and Accuracy Auto was closed on Monday and Tuesday.
Now, Accuracy Auto is located where?
Colfax. In Lakewood.
Okay, so hold on a sec. This is what I'm confused about. She bought it on the 15th, and that was, even if she had a voucher, it would have only been a 3-day voucher.
Yeah, it's Monday. It's the third day, business day after. So
well, the way I look at it is Thursday, so it would have been Wednesday, Thursday. Well, actually, I'm sorry, Thursday. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm okay.
No, it's Friday, Saturday, Monday.
I'm looking at the wrong calendar. I'm looking at the wrong calendar in August. I get you.
So she was fine. So anyway, he was closed Monday and Tuesday, which is not allowed. We already have the Colorado Department of Revenue looking into him. I've made a lot of calls on this. Anyhow, so on Wednesday, she took it back to him. Now, the switches are important because it wouldn't pass without them. When we picked up the car, he said all he did was an oil change, and he gave her a passing emissions. We know my husband is
who gave her a passing emissions?
Val. He kept the car for 2 days.
Yeah, but wait, did he give her a passing emissions from a state, a facility, or from his own?
Nope, from the state facility.
So so he said, oh, by the way, I changed the oil and went and got an emissions test, and here is the emissions pass.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Exactly. So we said, well, did you change the switches out? Because that's the only way it would have passed emissions. No, just did an oil change. So we brought the car back to our house. My husband and I brought it back to our house because by now we knew it needed brakes and spark plugs and a whole bunch
but none of that is on him. So Susan, I need to keep you focused. I don't care about anything about the car except what you can use to get it undone. In Colorado, when you have an as-is car, it must be able to pass emissions, or you must, or be a towaway, whichever it is.
In emissions counties.
Right.
Yes, and this was emissions. Go ahead.
Right. So we got it to pass, and we got it home, and we opened the hood, and we realized the switches were new. He changed the switches. I'm going to make a long story short. He changed the switches, and we can prove it because Norris, we already have him writing for Norris.
So what difference does that make?
And from Budget A Transmission, he's changed the switches, he torqued them down too tight, and he cracked the head.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Susan. Okay, Susan.
Yeah.
First of all, let's take this one step at a time, please, because I know you're loaded for bear. He did what was correct, however, in changing the switches. You make that an issue, and I know why, because he said I did an oil change. What he really did was an oil change, and he switched the switches, which led to the cracked head. But it all comes down to the cracked head, and it all comes down to this. When did the head get cracked? Here's the unfortunate thing. If the head was cracked when you bought it, tough, you bought a cracked head. If it was caused by him doing the switches, then you have them. So I agree with you so far where you're going. Did you have SOS Inspections or anyone else say to you that it was caused by the installation of the switches?
I'll read to you. Well, Norris said that they were original switches.
Get Norris on. It doesn't matter that they were new, okay? Well, here's what matters. Did the shop crack the heads?
Right.
I need to keep you focused. That's all that matters. I don't like the shop for what they did. I don't like crap used cars. I don't like that you were taken advantage of. I'd love to help you for any of those reasons, for any of them. But legally, the only one we can grab onto is the emissions. But he took care of the emissions. So now we have to come to grips with that and say, what else can we get him on? Okay, he caused a cracked head. But we don't just say it. We have to have a connection.
Okay, Budget A Transmission is where the car is now.
It's Budget A1 Transmission. And what do they say?
They say head is cracked where a new oil pressure switch was installed.
I want to talk to Budget A1 Transmission and auto repair. Hold on. I don't want you to read anything. I want to talk to these guys. Susan, hang on. I want to talk.
We'll get them on.
We're going to get a hold of these people and have you back on, Susan. I want Norris from SOS Inspections, and I want Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. Susan, I'm on your side, okay? But you flutter me with everything, okay? And I can't keep up with it. It's a hummingbird. What I want to do is tell you I am on your side. But if we can't make a logical connection, then we go after them another way, okay? Another way. they sold a crap car and we don't like it. It's a breach of contract. Let them sort it out in small claims court. The hell with as is. He misrepresented it. I mean, listen, I'm all for helping people, even on those kinds of cases.
This is Denver's talk station.
I don't know unless they over-tighten the pressure switch how they can track it.
That's the part I cannot understand.
Jack, do you see where people are their own worst enemies?
Oh, yeah. I listen to you all the time. I talk to the radio at home. If you say, what's the problem? And then they go up here and they keep down their narrative of their story.
Mark, you can't crack it.
Oh, hold on.
But it usually needs to be fixed. It usually is welded in place.
Oh, you can weld
Missing a major.
on the head there?
What's that?
He's cheating. He's cheating. He's got a donut.
Yeah. He cheats. I don't even go there anymore. All right, it should go through now. Did it disappear? I love that Microsoft triple authentication bullshit.
You want a donut, Mark?
No.
I won't even eat pizza. I like pizza a lot better than
Why?
donuts. No, I don't
Mike's
eat
coming
on.
I'm sorry, I turned on way too soon. Now, Flexident of Colorado.com is the website. They have a number of locations for you. And here's the main deal. They're the best at paintless dent repair when it comes to experience and the actual job and the cost. Top rated all over, including on my referral list. Here's the message. If you have dings or hail and no paint damage, you got to go to Flexident of Colorado.com. 303-619-6273, 619-6273.
Beginning to believe that other than love and religion.
Were you fasting?
I've been doing it a year and a half, man.
Tom, so you go till 4 and then you go in.
Switches are tapered.
Usually just dinner.
If you tighten them too much, you
see
can't
one meal a
break
day?
out the area around them.
Yeah.
It's called intermittent fasting.
Almost
I've heard it. I've
religiously.
never anybody going that
Any
late.
kind of fasting will help, even mine. No, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously,
It's the best.
intermittent fasting.
It's the best.
It is. It teaches you self-control.
Yeah, you don't get hungry or anything. Once it's norm, it's norm. The hardest part is social aspect.
Yeah.
People want to
It
take
really
out
is.
for lunch or let's meet for
And
breakfast.
during the holidays, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have a hack that you're going to just be astounded with. You know how we all, well, not maybe, but cheat now and then or have trace carbs. Once you're in ketosis, and I have a blood meter, so when you're in ketosis, you truly are burning fat. You're eating yourself.
Oh, fuck yeah, you are.
Now listen, if you have just that little piece I did, that would fuck me up for literally a week to get back into ketosis.
Really?
That's how hard it is. Yeah. Wow. So, there's this doctor, this PhD, he's in Colorado. He developed some stuff that introduces the chemicals of ketosis into your blood without fasting. Now, you can't eat what you want and take this, but what it does is it gets you there faster. So what used to take another week to get back, you can get back in 4 to 6 hours. I have it downstairs, and it's amazing.
What do you do?
And I've tested it.
Is that what you do? Keto, or what are you doing?
Yeah, it's just ketosis.
He maintains. He works out 3 times a week. He maintains.
For my little cheating. But we are all, the goal is ketosis all the time for everyone. That would be the optimum health. That's what we were meant to do. We were meant to burn fat, not
No, granola is good for you. Granola is the best.
So, we were meant to burn fat. But here's the deal. What I love about this stuff is, when I do fuck up like that, now when I take this afternoon, it'll help my body speed into ketosis faster. But then again, like I told you, it's not meant to just keep anything warm.
I think I'm going to order a drive. That one, I think you're only going to, here's what I'm saying. I'm trying to spit this out. When we record to the hard drive, I think we do a week at a time. I don't think we do it a show at a time. Then you take the entire week and turn it into something.
Well, but just for logistic purposes, I'd like access to it so I can start taking some views. If I have to go back a week,
I'm just here
it's
2
harder
days a
for
week
me.
right now.
I'm just meeting
And you just chase down some of the back.
I'm trying to think how much we want to archive
Kind of a
on the hard drive. That's where I'm
just a
going.
fucking week.
But
I'll take the
track down
7
back
that are
end
first.
of it
1
if
week.
they need, like,
At
some
the
research
most.
or-
Okay, that's
Yeah,
all I'm
okay.
saying.
You know, but you're seeing how big a hard drive you need.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I don't care, because if I don't get it during that week, it wasn't important. I only want to grab things. You know where I say, now this is a bigger
Yeah,
picture.
we say that, then we go, fuck.
For free.
Yeah, but I've never done this
Down there.
before, where I had
Yeah.
access
Are you
to
paid?
my
Is
own
it
hard drive.
volunteer?
I could go
I was thinking 3 terabytes.
No, I'm very
I'll bet you
lucky.
could do.
2 would do it. 1 would do it. 1 would do it.
Well, that's what I'm looking. I'm thinking their logger holds 90 days. It'd be nice to have 90 days consistent.
Okay, but Mark,
We build airplanes.
whatever you want, but I don't need it, okay?
Very successful.
You say
In your
that.
company.
I remember when you used to
Windchaser?
say, I only need
Windchaser, okay.
16 megabytes of RAM in that
called
computer.
Western that does that too.
Do they?
On my 286.
On your
Like
286.
secondary
And
airports.
actually, not 16.
What would anybody do with that?
Mark,
We haven't built in about
16.
6 years, but we
Yeah,
have
4.
6
I went to the newsroom, they don't know anything about it, but Steve, the painter, just called and said there's 40 to 50 police officers and
Where?
nurses at Highlands
No, they're
Ranch
all
High
out of
School.
Front Range.
And all the kids are outside.
some phone calls.
But newsroom doesn't.
Don't bring it up on air, though.
What? Oh, no,
That's why I
why?
came in here and said that.
Because I don't want everybody tuning out and going to Channel 9.
No.
Newsroom has it.
Oh!
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know about
He
that.
is so
Front
right.
Range Airport, though? Yeah, it used to be Front Range.
Almighty.
It's changed a lot of what's...
Breaking live video. Here it is. Oh, no, never mind. That's a brush fire.
They're developing engines now.
I think we have another fucking...
Yes, low altitude, and turn into rocket.
I mean, you go to 9 News, there's nothing.
Jesus God.
There's nothing.
Yeah, almost all the stuff now.
They're now exposing people who donated to Trump's election
They always do
like
that.
it's a sin.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Susan, I didn't forget about you in the court thing. Hold on. Let's do this. But Brad has kudos. I want to bring him up very quickly. Brad, you wanted to give kudos to Cliff Enton, Enton Law. What's going on?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hi.
How's it going today?
Good. What's happening?
Hey, so through the efforts of your show, my wife was injured back in
So the show injured him.
Yeah. So wait, she was injured at work, Brad?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
She had a workman's comp claim.
Now, was it serious?
And I've been listening to you for many years. Yeah, she had a very bad shoulder injury.
What happened then?
So I immediately, when we realized that this was a workman's comp claim case, I did not hesitate, and I called Cliff Enton.
He's a good guy.
And they literally took us from the beginning to end. We actually just signed the settlement papers this morning.
I love hearing it.
And oh my God, I got to tell you that I could never imagine anybody trying to do this without a good workman's comp attorney, because what they wanted to give us and what we ended up settling for was not even close.
See?
So,
and people don't realize how much people do. Cliff Enton's a great guy.
Oh yeah, he spent quite a bit of time with us this morning, going over every line, every piece, every page of the settlement.
And I hope you told him you were going to call the show to give him kudos. I hope you did.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yep. Because I know you guys don't get that enough.
No, thank you. Cliff Enton, Enton Law, on my referral list at referrallist.com. Back to our woman who is going to be back with the used car after we get all our experts together. So, Susan, just hang out. Tom, what's happening with your 2007 Honda Civic?
Hey, so, sorry. I am basically have a 2007 Honda Fit. The clutch on it just went out maybe.
All right, how many miles on this Honda Civic, Tom?
101.
101? How long have you had it?
Not even up to like 5 years.
Could you do me a favor, because you're cutting in and out. Now, are you on a Bluetooth?
Yes, I am.
Are you driving? Are you driving?
No, I'm not.
Okay, get off it if you can, please, just so we can hear you better.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it would be better
Can
for
you hear
you.
me?
Go
Can
ahead.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. So I have a 2007 Honda Fit, less than 120K miles on it.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to figure out whether or not I should sell the car to a junk dealer, or I should actually purchase and put in like $1,000-something on the car for the clutch.
How many miles have you put on it?
120.
Oh, you did the whole thing. Have you maintained it properly the whole time?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I literally had put it. Yeah.
Have you ever had any major work done?
No, not at all. Throughout my 4 years, I even drove it across country. So.
Man, what do you mean? No, that doesn't make sense. You said you put 120,000 miles on it in your 4 years, and it's an 07.
07, yes. So I purchased it from a used dealership a couple of
okay, hold on then.
And it had like 60,000 miles on it.
It had 60 on it.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
And you put 120 on it, which equals 180.
No, I put 60K on top of the 60 that was already on it. So it's
I got you, brother. I got you. You put 60. Now, did you ever have the timing belt done?
No.
Okay, well, that needs, I believe that one has an interference engine. You need to do the timing belt, or your engine will be toast.
Okay.
Mark, could somebody look up if that 2007 Honda Civic, see if it has a...
Oh, I'm sure it's an interference engine.
Okay.
Timing belt.
Yeah. Listen, man, they recommend those in those Hondas, I think, at about 90,000 miles. And if you don't do it, Tom, you will lose your engine. Are you hearing me? So that is going to be...
It's a Honda Fit manual. So the clutch is what went out. I can't even drive it right now.
Tom.
That's the reason why I'm...
Tom.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, bro. I know what you're saying, but I am telling you that if you do not do the timing belt, you will, not if, you will lose your engine.
Eventually.
You said it's a Fit. It is not a Civic.
Not a Civic, it's a Fit, yes.
Okay, hold that then. Mark, can you see if a 07 Honda Fit has an interference engine? Okay, now then, here's the deal. I think it's really the math. You need to put in a clutch. It's a manual transmission. I would go to someone who would do a free transmission diagnostic like Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. I would have them analyze this because...
It's a timing chain if it's a 1.5.
Oh, then if it's a timing chain, he has nothing to worry about. So that's good news. If that's what it is. You have a Fit, right? And it's a 07, and it's a 1.5?
1.5, yes.
Yeah, you have a chain. You don't have to worry, so that's good. Now, I would have it analyzed either by Budget A1, when you have this done, they'll do it for you. Or I would, the clutch they'll do, and they'll do a great job. How much were you quoted for a clutch?
Approximately 12 to 1,500.
Okay. If it was me, I'd probably invest in it so long as the rest of the system seemed pretty fair. You will eventually have to come up against other things, but either that or you take and buy something new with a decent down payment. And I say new now, folks, because money is cheap. Financing is available, and warranties have never been better. But I would start out at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by...
They're tiny little suckers.
Yeah, but they're a great little car, man. I keep it.
I agree.
And you know, it may not even be a complete clutch. It could be a clutch cable or something like that.
105,000.
120,000.
It's probably a clutch.
Yeah, could be, but I've had cars a lot more than that if it was driven right.
What, it does a...
No, it doesn't.
Not a lot at all, actually. I thought it was going to be more.
Yeah, front-wheel drive cars are hard to get that transmission.
Clutch packs are a bitch, man. They're labor intensive.
G-Wagon Mercedes.
That's it out there in the front?
Yeah. I love G-Wagons.
What color
my second
are
one.
Yeah.
They're bulletproof, bro, and they're fast.
Yeah.
God, yeah, you got that 550.
Too terrible.
That engine, you know, my wife's got
Isn't the white color really cool?
The what? It's a 2 double turbocharged,
10% off your first year.
Aluminum V8.
Let's talk about
His G-Wagon.
selling your gold and silver. It's really something you need to think about because there are too many ripoffs out there. If you're looking for some extra cash, David Ellis, just remember that name, around about 40 years, the same as me, and he's at 3rd and Clayton. You'll love David's straightforward approach. Listen, if it has value, he'll know. Now, some people just want the scrap value because that's all it's worth. It's junk, you know, gold and silver, but it still has value. Others have estate jewelry, and you might have added value. Maybe collectors, maybe a watch. So, he will give you a better deal than anyone else on the spot for gold, silver, watches, even coin collectibles. Just shop it. Listen, he's a straight shooter. Call today. 303-322-8779. And that's at 3rd and Clayton. His name, David Ellis. You've heard of David Ellis Jewelers. Of course, while you're there, look at some jewels. Hey, 303-322-8779. 3rd and Clayton, David Ellis.
Oh man, if this gets delivered here,
What are we talking about?
nah, just ordering this hard drive, just logistics.
They're pretty good at accepting packages.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it'll be quicker to go to my house. Than
Or
this
not, or
particular.
you can go to mine. You can go to the Elizabeth Street.
I got it. It's good. I got it.
You know how many horsepower those are? Those 550. 550.
Nearly 500. Right,
What is?
485, 490.
What is?
Mine.
Oh.
Yeah, God, they're fast.
Mine's 420.
Now they have a G 6 something,
It's like 800,
which is the AMG, and it's really expensive.
Yeah.
It was like 70,000 more than mine.
Yeah.
And I don't. First of all, I don't need a race car. You know, and the fit and finish on mine is just as good. I don't know why.
You need more than 500 horsepower.
AMG is Mercedes' way of bragging. Hey, mine is a little better than yours.
Let's see.
It's the same.
How much more do you think? Okay,
There's not
let's do an over/under.
All-around vehicle. I just love
I
it.
say our
Hawaii
vehicles
Traverse
are within.
better than your Chevy Traverse.
I love the Traverse.
Oh,
No. The Traverse is a great vehicle.
I was
love
gonna
that
say
Traverse.
1,000, 750.
I like the technology in those
750.
Chevys better. You know, this G-Wagon is
So his
not
is
as
a-
up on technology.
what year's your G-Wagon?
It's like even his.
Yeah.
2000
But they're
what?
bulletproof.
What year's your G-Wagon?
17.
Chevrolet has really won all the awards. Last 10 years. Cool.
G90.
G550.
G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Okay, so his.
What year is
his
yours?
weight is?
I'm trying to figure out why my wife got that.
17. You have one?
Okay,
She
well,
has, no,
see, that's
she
not
has
going to help us.
an ML5.
Even
Well, put that in there.
Yeah, that's a totally
Just to
different
see why.
Yeah, it's a different thing, but same motor. But it's earlier.
Sure, it's the same motor.
Same motor. But
I don't even know where
hers has a problem. The later ones,
Here's
hers is a 15
class.
and 16 on. They fixed
And I had the upgraded
problem.
interior.
We got a not a
What
recall,
year?
but a
No,
service
these are
fault
by
notice.
years. What year is
Actually
yours?
fixed it, $7,400
Are you
out of our
positive?
pocket.
Yes, why?
They don't even say.
Out of our
Why?
recall?
Why,
It's not a
Mark?
recall. It's a
It
service
says here
fault.
all of them have
TSB.
been recalled due to
What?
people dying constantly.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
What? Recall?
Yeah, every G-Wagon made in 2017 apparently was sitting in swamp water in New Jersey for over 6 months. No, it is weird. It skips right over that year though.
But how? Come on.
Yeah, but we're looking at something, man. You're not part of this conversation, damn it.
You have
Here they are, right
We
here.
want to know the weight of your vehicle.
Oh, I can tell you the weight. I have it on my...
Tell me the weight.
Right there. Curb weight 56 to 68.
That's the problem, but look, it's by year at the bottom, the 15, 17, and 18, or 16 and 18.
5,600, right?
It doesn't list his.
Somewhere around 5,600.
Which was 2017.
No, it says 2017. Only 2017.
I win again.
And what's the weight?
5624 to
Ah,
6825.
God, what's mine weigh?
I missed it by 24 pounds.
Oh my God! So the no wait, what does your weigh, Mark?
He hasn't pulled it up.
The weight to horsepower is what you're getting at. If
What do
you're
you drive
getting
by?
at that there's
Right.
way more weight to horsepower.
No
on
way,
mine.
Genesis
The
G90.
Genesis would be more peppy for sure because it's way.
We're not
lighter.
we're talking purely weight. Which one weighs more? You think yours is heavier,
The
right?
black one out
I
there.
was telling Dan
I
my car is
actually-
extremely
I
heavy.
That's what yours weighs.
Look
How
at
do you
my
know
wife's
that?
car.
I don't believe you.
How do you know that, Dan?
Yeah, it comes in kilograms, and so 2.2 times 1494.
Genesis
That's all it is.
G90.
What's Daphne's last name?
Look at my wife's.
Right, REIFS.
Coverage too.
Oh,
God, they're really heavy.
Okay,
he
wait.
said it was in 750 pounds. He says
There's mine right there, bro.
There's no way.
What's the weight?
You're looking at the fucking coupe, the little baby
Mark,
one.
what's the weight? Mark, what's the weight? Mark.
5,000.
Wow. Are you shitting me?
It's heavy as shit, man.
But why?
It's not 5,000.
It's got a big V8.
Look up.
What's the difference between them?
Look up my.
See, you were looking up.
The H2. I'm really curious how heavy it is. I think it's over 6,000
I love.
pounds.
Look, aren't they? They're such handsome looking vehicles.
I think it is. Classic.
So you owe me. You owe me.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713 talk. Remember, the whole hour coming up. I want you to tell friends and neighbors.
Seriously, we're gonna unleash, and let's go to hold on. Now listen, I'm gonna get to all of you, I promise. Logan, you want to break a lease with a roommate? What's going on?
I was in a relationship with a female, and I got a career opportunity to go somewhere else, and the relationship had ended, so I offered to break the lease and pay all the fees.
Now, are you both on it, Logan?
Correct. We both are.
And you wanted to break it and pay the penalty?
Correct, so that we could be on our own separate directions, so that I could go to this career opportunity.
And what did she say?
She said no.
So what does she want to? She wants to remain there.
Yes, but I can't be pulled off the lease because she doesn't make enough.
Okay, if you're not pulled off the lease, Logan, trust me, it is trouble, because you will be hounded for whatever she does or does not do.
And your credit will get knocked if she doesn't pay it, man.
So how does she expect to remain there without you?
That I do not know.
She needs to find a roommate. That's the answer to this.
So listen.
Yeah, she won't talk to me or anything about anything.
Is she angry with you now because you're moving on?
Because yes, I'm moving to another state.
Are you guys breaking up in essence? You're breaking up.
The relationship's already over. We already broke up.
You broke up before you had the new opportunity?
Correct.
You need to talk to the landlord and be straight with the landlord. Here's what I would say to the landlord. And he could just say, work it out, I don't care.
Yeah, he's not going to. Why would he?
I would say to the landlord, look, I want to honor what I have here. He doesn't know about income. He wouldn't know. If you said to him, what would it take monetarily for me to get off that lease, because I do not want responsibility. I want a written release. Listen, you can negotiate like that unless it's a big mega corporation and management company. That may not happen. But if you have a landlord or a small group of landlords or whatever, you may be able to negotiate a financial out. That would get you out of that lease. And then she would have to do something about it, or he could call it due. Listen, you don't have responsibility to keep it going. You can't even talk to her, so you can't say, hey, how do you expect to pay for it, right?
Correct. So I went and talked to her about it one time, and she said that I was harassing her. So I haven't talked to her since because I don't want anything further to come out of that.
I want Daphne to call her. Really. No, I'm serious. Daphne will be able to talk to her as a mom and as a person and really.
And tell her what, though? Hold on. And tell her what? Say, hey, because this guy moved out, you guys shacked up, he moves out, now we want you to be responsible only. She was used to getting half the rent paid.
We're not saying that. We're saying, look, we don't want your credit to be trashed any more than his. We want to try to help both of you
I'm just saying
come up with
it's not her fault. Or forget if it's her.
There's no
fault. It's not their fault the other person moved out.
Well, we're not assigning fault. We're going to say we want to help you. Now, inevitably, you won't be able to afford it. Do you want us to try to help you find a roommate? We can maybe do it on the radio show. Or what are your thoughts? And just talk to her is all I'm saying. Nobody's saying we're assigning fault or blame.
I'm saying there is no good ending to this one.
Is a landlord an individual or a corporation?
Logan, what kind of landlord situation do you have?
It is a big corporation from an apartment complex.
Oh, that's going to be very difficult. But
they'll allow you to transfer if they've got a property where he's moving. He can sometimes transfer leases.
Yeah, but she would still be in it.
She doesn't want to. They're both on the same lease. Listen, this should be a lesson to everyone. No matter how solid you think this relationship is, you guys should never share a lease ever, ever. Now, listen, Logan. Let me give this some thought though. Don't hang up. and let's see if we can do something.
We should call.
And when Mark says there's no good ending, that could be. Of course. And again, that's what you pay for making mistakes. But I'd like to give it a shot for you, Logan. You sound like a fine young man. Hold on. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. Another hour to go.
There's nothing good on that there.
So she wants to. I didn't catch that. So she wanted to stay there. And
yeah, they both signed the lease.
Yeah.
He moves out of state, leaves her dry, and
Am I getting?
She can't afford the lease.
The girlfriend.
Yeah, get
it doesn't matter if it's a girlfriend or not. I'm just saying, if you have a roommate, you both sign the lease, you both pay half the rent, one moves out.
The restroom ever?
There is no good ending.
I gotta go to a
Are you a
hearing,
5.5 liter? Is yours a 5.5 liter?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's easily 7,500. So 56 to 68.25. That's for the V12, 68.25.
He doesn't have the V12.
I know it, but that's the heavy weight.
Yeah.
He does also
His is 56.24.
No, it's not.
How do you know?
Because that's a 4.0.
Okay,
liter.
first of all, what size gas tank do you have?
They all have the 25.4. They're all the
Okay.
same. They're all the same.
Okay, so what's your point?
I'm saying it's a lot more than 56.24.
Why are you saying
He
that?
has a bigger engine. He has a 5.5.
He doesn't have the V12.
No,
There's
I have
a
the
4.0.
V8.
See, he just said it.
4.5. I mean, 5.
You're not going to win this
I have a
argument.
5.5.
The 5.5,
is
4.
the V8.
Right. There's a 4.0
Yeah.
V8, a 5.5.
Okay, so you're saying the 5.5 weighs more. How do you know?
Absolutely.
How do you know? Maybe the pistons are made out of a different kind of
You know
metal.
what, Dan? It may not weigh more. I'll tell you why.
That's right. That's right.
The 5.5 is all aluminum.
Duh.
You're saying the 4.0
You know what?
is not?
No, the 4.0's a
How
cast
do you
iron
know
block.
this? Holy cow.
I've had Mercedes. And
All I smell is dinner.
If you can,
And I owe him dinner. I just transferred my dinner. He owes you dinner now. It's been transferred.
I have that same motor.
Do you really?
Yeah, Judy's ML 550.
I'll bet you. Wait, his thing will say, his door panel.
Okay, the curb weight is 68.25 on a 2017 with a V8.
How much?
68.25.
60.
Well, then what's the V12?
Good God, how much does that Hummer out there weigh then?
What's the V12?
Let's go
Let
look
me
at his
look it up
door. His door will have.
Oh, you know what? That's
What?
exactly right. That's all we, and that'll, mine's in the parking lot too. After the show, buddy!
I've got my wife's Hummer H2 out there today. God, it's really heavy. It's got a big V8.
Oh, yeah. 6,400
Is it an H2 or H3?
H2. Yeah.
I bet the H1 weighs a shitload more.
Yeah, probably does.
I want to bet?
Oh, I'm sure it does. I've driven one of those H1s.
So here it is.
God, they won't fit hardly fit in a lane.
They made some that had compressors built into the fucking tires in
They all
case
do.
something happened. They all do?
If you look at the wheel, there's a centerpiece that goes down from to the side.
All the H1s.
All the H1s.
Yeah.
The
Land Rovers
wheel
do
does
that
have
too.
an H2, but it's a fake. But on the H1s, they can adjust tire pressure on the fly.
Yeah,
Wow. Pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really.
Well,
a
they
hell
were
of an
truly
off-road-
a military vehicle.
They're a hell of an off-road vehicle, but they're lousy here because all our trails are too narrow.
Ah, I bet, yeah.
I was just up four-wheeling. Everything we were on was, just a Jeep trail.
Couldn't roll it.
Do we ever get Budget 1 on? Or we're going to do that for the
You what? Third hour.
I don't know.
third?
We already did it.
Yeah, I got to go to that stupid hearing.
What's your problem, bruh?
Hey,
Let me send Cliffy this.
Jack was asking about the hurricane. Yeah? Why do you think he lost his last fight?
I thought he came in too cocky.
That's exactly, yeah.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I followed him after your show, though.
We watched it live, man. I put 8 bones down on him.
Really?
Yeah. He was favored is why. It was like
favored.
800
He's
to
a
win
tough
500.
son of a gun,
He was
man.
favored, but he was also lower ranked.
What was weird is the one out of the country where his clock would have been all screwed up, he killed it. Just killed. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
That was my favorite show that I've ever heard on the radio.
This guy,
What?
When he was in the studio?
He's been in a few times.
Oh,
Twice.
whatever the... Okay, I only caught one where he told his story about going...
That was the first time.
Canary Islands and all that, and smuggling drugs. Dude, that was pretty
He
wild.
learned to read, what was it, Portuguese?
No,
Or
Spanish, because all he had was a Bible.
a Spanish Bible. And then they had a SOS out on him in Rutgers. I always want to say Rutgers. He went to college here.
That dude was a beast.
Can you
Oh, he is a beast.
Can you go off for a sec?
Yeah.
Guess
who was in the elevator with
tonight?
me?
Eastbound lanes will be shut down through the Eisenhower-Johnson Memorial Tunnel. CDOT says it will be conducting testing of the fire suppression system inside the tunnel from 11 o'clock tonight until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Traffic will be detoured over Loveland Pass. Governor Polis is inviting everyone statewide to roll up their sleeves and give blood today. He's proclaimed it Blood Donation Day in the state. Colorado will join dozens of other states in the effort. People can find donation sites through vitalent.org. Donors can be as young as 16 with parental consent. That's the latest. I'm Chad Hoffman.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock with Norton.
Got a crash in the High Country Drive to watch out for. A wreck involving a truck westbound I-70 near Idaho Springs there. Possible right lane block. Solid backups on that stretch, so just pack your patience. Back in town, downtown, southbound I-25, a bit stop and go just south of 6th Avenue. It's backed up all the way to the I-70 interchange, so watch out for that. Northbound slowing down on the approach to Alameda. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Eastbound 270 a bit slow approaching Vasquez, and eastbound I-70 a little slow in the elevated portion at this time. The weather forecast, going to be a slight chance, a 10% chance of afternoon thunderstorms with a high of 93. Right now, a few clouds and 92. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
The drive home can be more relaxing if you're not worrying about malware compromising your devices or your identity getting stolen. Introducing LifeLock with Norton. Outstanding protection for your identity and devices. Join at lifelock.com. Use promo code RISK to get 10% off your first year.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but you thought it'd be too hard or take too much time? Then go to Babbel.com, download the app, and get 50% off select plans for a limited time. In just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. And right now, you can get Babbel at up to 50% off. Babbel starts out teaching you words and phrases by matching them with pictures. You won't believe how easy the interactive program is. Soon the sentences get a little bigger, and before you know it, you're having simulated conversations voiced by native speakers. And because Babbel is crafted by language experts and uses the spaced repetition method, in just 10 to 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking the language of your choice with real confidence. With Babbel, you can speak a language, and for a limited time, get up to 50% off select plans. Just go to Babbel.com and start your first lesson in the language of your choice at up to 50% off. Download the Babbel app or go to Babbel.com for 50% off. That's Babbel.com.
Dell has something extra for small businesses. Up to 45% off during their semi-annual sale. It's a perfect time to update to Windows 10 with huge deals on business computers featuring Intel Core processors, plus free shipping on everything. Call Small Business Technology Advisors who can help you achieve your business goals affordably with low monthly payments on the right tech for you. Just call 877-BUY-DELL. That's 877-BUY-DELL or visit Dell.com/business deals for semi-annual savings.
Starting route now. Turn right at Fortress Mountain. Turn left at Mount Hood. Head south to Moab, Utah. Continue on the Great North American Test Drive.
Run with us on a John Deere Gator XUV 835. With our quietest cab ever and optional heat and AC, and a four-wheel independent suspension, it's built to run where no one else can. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Gator for more.
It's the Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Thursday at 4. Hey, this is a big national story centered right here in Colorado. Does a Catholic hospital group have a First Amendment right to refuse to allow its doctors to participate in assisted suicide? Join me at 4.
Your shot at a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000 spending cash now. Text the nationwide keyword WHALE to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WHALE to 200-200.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Hey, welcome to the extended edition of the Troubleshooter Show, where we are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. And I really welcome you and love you for it, and I want you to tell people about this hour because you can get right through. I'm going to go right to the phones. I'm Tom, and really what we do here is help people, and that's just the way it is. We help
people and we love helping people. All you have to do is take advantage of the help. Simply Floors Inc. for simplyfloorsinc.com. Remember, for floor coverings this hour. Now, let's talk. What is on your mind? Bill wants to talk about medical testing. Logan, how to break a lease. That's one we want to go to next, and I want to finish up. Andrew wants to comment on this 07 Honda Fit. The guy called in. We're going to tell you about that one. And then Kathy wants a dependable repair person for a mobile home. And we do have people I think she can trust at referralist.com. But Logan, here's Logan's situation. He had a girlfriend, for lack of a better word. They were together, a couple. And then he got an the relationship deteriorated. They broke up. He got a job offer. He wants to get off the lease and pay the penalties, but they're both on the lease. His girlfriend's pissed off that he's moving on and won't do it. She wants to stay there. She won't even talk to him about it. If he leaves, she's never going to be able to keep up with the payments. Even if she gets a roommate and she has a future problem, he will be legally obligated along with her. And here's the worst thing. The one with the most money loses, because on a lease, when you're both on the lease, they can go after either one of you for all of it. So therefore, you can end up in trouble. So if Logan moves away and they destroy the apartment or they don't live up to the lease, his credit gets trashed, his reputation gets trashed, and he gets financially obligated. So Logan, she must have said something about her plans. Like, I'm going to get a new roommate, screw you. What did she say?
I had the apartment complex talk to her about it. She said that she tried looking for a roommate and couldn't find one.
So what does she plan to do? Just live there until she's evicted?
I'm not sure.
So you actually had management talk to her, and she admitted, I can't find a roommate. So when you leave, she's going to simply not be able to afford it, and she won't address it.
Or she's trying to punish him.
And that's part of what I feel is that she's in it to punish me out of it and is willing to take the hit.
How long was this relationship?
Almost a year.
Man, almost a year and you're on a lease already. Wow. Okay,
wow.
So listen, we want to call her and reason with her. And here's why. I'm not going to say she's at fault, you're at fault. All we want to do is try to make something of this and say, look, we're trying to help you.
But what do you think she could do? If she can't get a roommate, let's take her at her word. She tried, she can't get one.
Well, it's not his problem.
Well, it is his problem.
Well, it is his problem, but I mean it's not his responsibility.
Well, my God, it is his responsibility.
No, it isn't.
He signed a lease with her.
If they broke up, he has no responsibility to her.
Okay, common man, what do you think? Outside perspective.
He knows.
Well, to the girlfriend, no, but to the lease, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. He has no responsibility to her. If she can't find a roommate, she has to move out.
That's right, but he does to the lease is what I'm saying.
Well, that would be good if she moved out. You know what? Here's what I would do.
Then they come after both.
No, here's what I do. I know exactly what I would do. Exactly what I would do. I would talk to the landlord and say, look, we have a situation, and I know it's of my doing. I take responsibility. So here's what I'm telling you. Let her live there. I'm moving out. And I will, at the first sign of trouble or no payment of rent, evict her. I will come in, cure the eviction, terminate the lease, and pay the penalties. Well, Logan, what the hell's the difference?
Well, or do it right now so it doesn't affect your credit. If she's going to be short, pay your part.
He can't do it now if...
I can't do it without her signature.
Right. You can, though, if she's evicted. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So if she gets evicted and they tell her to move and she moves, is she the type that'll stay there till they carry her stuff out to the street, or will she just leave once she is truly evicted so they don't have to go to the court and get a court order? What will she do?
I believe she would leave if they put an eviction notice on.
All right. Then you talk to the landlord and say, look, I'm leaving. Please, this is what I would do. Mr. Landlord or management company, I am leaving. You know the situation I'm in. I put it in writing. Very strict bullet points. At the first sign of trouble, please evict as you should. I don't think you'll have to go to court. When she vacates, I will come in, and I will terminate, and I will pay penalties.
This place isn't going to care. He
already talked. This management, he said, already talked to her. So apparently they do care. Logan, are they faceless, nameless, or do they care anyway? Did they talk to you about it?
The manager talks to me about it as if she cares, but she doesn't have a say because she's not in charge of the management company.
Well, then have the eviction and just pay it off. And ask them not to report it to credit reporting. Look, she will be evicted. Is there no doubt?
No, she can't afford it by herself.
She will be evicted. Then what the hell does she expect to accomplish by staying there? Does she truly want to be evicted to hurt you?
I feel like I'm the only one sticking up for her here. What is she supposed to do? She's supposed to what? Go get another place that she can afford when she's going to have this on her history?
Okay. Why don't I reverse that on you, Mark?
Go ahead.
What is he supposed to do?
He shouldn't have. He told these people he was going to live there for a year, 2 years, under a lease.
That's right.
He guaranteed the rent.
Right.
Now he's moving and breaking that.
Yes.
He should stay.
No.
Or he should at least pay his half.
Well, he shouldn't stay. And
I have no issue
even
paying my half,
even if he even if he paid his half, here's the problem. Even if he paid his half, even if he did that, the destruction that could happen and all of that.
Well,
so,
that's
by
true.
the way, I'm not blaming him and I'm not blaming her. Technically, you're correct. He obligated himself for a year, therefore he should stay. But, Mark, don't ever get on a high horse and say that you've never made an agreement you did not want to get out of and found a way to get out of it.
Of course not.
So he's not calling me.
Pay his half.
He's not calling me to find out why he should stay. He wants to know if we have any creative ideas to get him out, and paying half is only part of it. There is still the deposit and all of the destruction. Even paying half does not insulate him.
I do agree with this. It's probably volatile enough if he did stay there, there'd be issues.
And I'm not recommending...
There would be issues.
Or if he left, she could do some damage, and he'd owe that.
That's what I want to try to get a hold of, her mental attitude. Is she such that she'll start destroying the place?
And at that point, I'm not sure. I don't know what her thought process would be.
What then why would she stay? Does she think by not moving that you'll stay there? What is she thinking? Do you have any idea?
She's scorned, man.
I know, but she still has a thought process.
She has two thoughts in her head. Either if she doesn't move, that I'll stay there with her to help.
Okay,
or I'll move and she'll let it go to eviction to where it hurts me.
And it will hurt her. It will hurt her too, right?
Yes. I mean,
let's talk about that, Logan. Let's talk about that. You're willing to pay penalties anyway. You're willing to pay your half. So just let it happen. You know what? If she's crazy enough, really.
Well, how many months were left?
How many months are left?
I believe like 6 months or less.
What would your contribution be, generally speaking?
Half.
Half? We don't know that.
Per month? Yes. Per month would be half.
Well, then maybe you just pay it.
No, you don't pay it up front. Here's what you do, Logan. You leave. You leave. And when she gets evicted, you have an eviction.
But it's going to hurt his credit.
So, you know what? He's already going to establish himself somewhere else before that happens.
That's true.
And you rebuild your credit. You know what, Logan? Somewhat of what Mark says is true. You did open yourself up for this, and you do deserve a bit of a hit. Okay? I don't believe it should be a life sentence, but so what? You suffer a ding in your credit, and as I talked about that other guy, the other day I answered a question of a guy who bought a house for a friend, and the friend is defaulting or something. When you misuse your credit, you should have a ding in your credit.
Or if you co-sign for someone.
Yeah.
This is just like helping someone out with the
Except
car.
remember this. Logan, it's not that Logan wants to skip out. He does want to pay his part. She won't allow him to do it. He offered to pay all of the penalties for them to terminate the lease, and she simply flatly refused. That's unreasonable.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's unreasonable.
If she still pays her half each month, he should pay his. But if she doesn't pay her half, then he's just wasting his money.
Logan, I would only come in and swoop it up after eviction. That's the only way you're going to terminate this agreement. Or, how about this? Did you offer to help her get into another place? Maybe you put some money...
I did.
And what did she say?
I offered to pay for the transfer.
What did she say?
To get her into a less expensive apartment.
What did she say?
Complex.
What did she say?
She said that she wants a couple months to think about it.
She's just a bitch. You know what? I'm sorry to say that. No, she's just being hurtful. She's being hurtful.
She is. That's exactly right.
He agreed to pay for a transfer.
And you can't argue with people that are thinking that way.
Right. we're going to try to call her and say, look, what's her first name?
Her first name's Tara.
We're going to say, look, Tara, we truly want to help you here. You're only going to hurt yourself.
Where'd you guys meet? I'm just curious.
We were working for the same company at the time when we met.
Okay. Please, Daphne, we need to call Tara. And really, I need Daphne to make her approach. God knows if Mark called. I want you to, no, seriously, I want you to call Daphne, and I want you to say, please, you know, let's help you.
I try to put myself in her position now. Ring, ring, hello. Hey, this is Daphne from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter
but
Show.
know what?
We'd like you to come on the air and discuss your...
No, we don't want her to come on the air. We want to help her, and I want to tell her that we want to help you. You are doing a destructive thing here. You are, for yourself. Let's help this young lady.
Like she's your kid, Daphne, honestly, just like you would talk to your daughter.
She knows what to do. Logan, how old is she?
She's 20.
Oh, my God, she's a baby. She's 20. We have more coming up. I am way out of time, way over time.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
You don't shack up with someone at 20 years old and think it's going to work
Don't go
out.
fishing off the company dock there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing. He's lucky he got the hell out of that company.
Yeah, that's true. He's 4 years old now.
How old?
He's what?
40.
Wait a second! Now my entire...
I'm kidding you!
Oh, you little bastard! I'm going, wait a second!
I don't know how old he is.
Did you see yesterday, God, what's his name? Who's the guy that does that 1 hour show after like the 5 o'clock news or whatever? Kyle something.
Kyle asshole. Yeah, what about
You don't like him? I actually
he's
don't
a
mind that
fucking
show.
moron. Did you ever see? He doesn't take a stand on shit.
Well, no, that's true.
Guy doesn't know shit.
I did not know that if you're within 10 years of someone, it's not statutory rape in this.
It depends on your state.
And there was a cop. I'm talking here. And there was a cop that was like 25 screwing a 15-year-old. And he basically ended up getting a misdemeanor because of that. But after that happened a few years ago, they changed the law saying if it's a person of authority, like a cop, he wouldn't have... but that's bullshit.
Well, that's a cop or teacher, too.
Well, they made the law, person of authority.
10 years? That's Colorado's law.
I did not know it was 10 years.
You sure of that?
I question that.
Well, unless Kyle's lying.
We all know.
Call him a liar, pants up. I'll get his picture.
Will you do it? Will you do it? Do you got to switch out everything, or can you just drop in? Is it like the app? You can change it on the spot?
This is Colorado, right?
See, we need this 4th hour. That's all we got to do is banter and screaming, man. So just calm down there, buddy.
So here's a question.
I love dissing you. This is fun. I'm going to do this from now on.
What's that?
I'm going to, we'll have some fun. Like this internal shit will be fun.
What are you talking about?
Like giving you shit.
My God, man, speak normal.
Giving you shit.
So Tom, what would happen for legally wise?
Giving you shit.
If he got that he had to leave. By the law. Let's say Logan because he got in a domestic...
So what would happen?
What would happen?
The apartment complex isn't going to give a shit.
No, I know, but wouldn't you be able to go to a judge and say, hey, I got a lease on her? No.
No, a judge can't go to the apartment complex and say let him off the lease.
The civil would have nothing to do with the criminal.
Zero to do. Think of divorces and mortgages, where the wife gets a house, but there's still a mortgage. She's supposed to get you off in a matter of 2 or 3 years, and it doesn't happen. The mortgage company doesn't give a shit. Think, man, think!
At Tecovas, we make the finest handcrafted Western boots from the highest quality materials, sold direct to you for a fair price. So why aren't you in boots?
I love
so that. So if the victim is 14 or younger, it's a class 4 felony. So
no, under 15.
Right, and under 15 or 16,
10 years.
Was at least 10 years. Right.
10 years. I was shocked.
Kyle was not lying.
I was shocked by that. And if it's 14, it's 4 years, meaning an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old.
Yes.
I think of my daughter when she was 14. Fuck. I'd kill a guy.
Well, he has to be 18.
He could be 18 is what I'm saying. If she was 14 and a half, he could be 18 and a half.
Wow,
So I was reading something on kicking out a roommate that's on the lease. Said the only exception that you can have to kick somebody out that's on the lease is if they're violent or threatening violence towards you. In that case, you could apply for a restraining order and they can be evicted.
So you're saying he should punch her?
No, I'm saying if she's threatening him in any way, that would be
or vice versa.
Yeah.
But the truth
No, I think that, you know what, he's right. I remember actually reading about that.
That says that's the only way out.
But it's a long process.
It's an eviction process. Months to be done before that would be probably as long as their lease is.
630 KHOW and iHeartRadio.
That's kind of a purgatory.
That would be purgatory, bro.
Hi, Tom Martino. Let's go to the phones. Kathy, she needs some help with a repair person. Hi, Kathy. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. Hey, I need some kitchen modifications because I'm getting a new fridge and it won't fit into my area. And what's happening is when I'm calling contractors up or a handyman, they're all good until I give them lot 476, and then they go, oh, that's a mobile home. We don't work on mobile homes.
And you're going to find that. Yeah.
Over and over.
You're going to find that because, first of all,
it's a mobile home.
No, it's not that. It's not even that. Here's the problem. The internal structure, and unless it's a modular or a certain kind, they do not have studs. They do not have the normal construction. They probably do not know how to build a wall. Some of them are built out of 2x2s, or not 2x2s, but 1x2s, and a sheathing material they don't know where to get. That's what you're running up against. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to get the materials. You need people specifically who work on mobile homes, and those are difficult. I don't know of any, but when I said I could help you, we will try to find them, and we'll put the word out. If anyone knows people who have made alterations to mobile homes, now, it depends. You can make an alteration and change the construction, but there's what you run into. It's bastardized and starts looking like crap. Most of the time, there's no resale value anyway with a trailer, so it wouldn't do you too much harm. How old is this mobile home?
Well, it's a 78, but we put so much money into it. I mean, it's
going to do
really
no harm,
nice
man.
Inside. We've totally gutted it and redid it.
Okay.
It's really nice, but...
But a 78 has no value right now.
How about a guy that works on, like, fifth wheels and stuff?
No, but this is good, Mark.
Yeah.
The fact that it has... Well, they don't have a value, so therefore you can alter it. Who cares? You've already gutted it. When you gutted it, did you put studs back in for walls? What did you do for walls?
Actually, we removed a lot of walls because we opened it up into...
what did you do for anything that you added? For anything that you added? Did you add a wall anywhere? Did you add a structure anywhere?
No, we've removed.
Okay.
And the people that did the work then are, long seats. We've been here for almost 40 years.
So what you need to do is widen where your refrigerator is. Is that it?
Well, I need to remove a wall, or I need to actually cut out from the back and put an extension to the exterior so I can push it back.
Wait a minute.
I
get what you're saying, like a little cutout. Here, is that where it doesn't fit front to back or side to side?
Front to back.
That's going to be the hardest in the world. I mean, because the exterior, the structure of that mobile home, then you get into illegal. Because if that alteration there is DOT, that's not even a building department. So you have a problem. Even though they don't move, they have to be maintained as if they do. This is the problem.
Who would ever look at it, though?
Well, that's the point. No one. But to get a contractor to do it and take that responsibility, you're cutting into the structure.
Have you ever looked into a drawer refrigerator?
Well, that's what we're doing. We're trying to do
she still has the depth to deal with.
Too depth. The depth. Unless I go a countertop and then
you have to do.
I have 5 people here, and it's.
May I say this? There are way too many obstacles. I would go with a different product unless you already purchased it. There are so many refrigerators that have less width, less depth. Some of the newer ones, like Sub-Zeros, they don't go deep. They go wide. But I'm sure you could find a solution. I really pretty much would never do what you're doing. I just wouldn't.
You would never go to the outside?
Never. No, because, well, first of all, as useless as I say it is valueless, it isn't valueless if it is in a park and you're allowed to sell, because somebody might buy it. But once you alter it like that, you even give the park, and listen to this, you give the park reason to move you out because it's no longer it's no longer meeting DOT. Well, let me tell you something. Here is a problem nationwide with new trailers, okay? With old trailers. Because there are so many new trailers, people have to have a place to put them. So they're going to existing mobile home parks and saying to these owners, if you make a space open for us, we will give you a premium. So they're looking for reasons to evict older mobile homes. It's just, I just wouldn't do anything at all like it. So, but if there's anyone listening that has a solution or an idea, give us a call.
What are the dimensions that you're
And this
working
is
with?
our common man today, Jack, who I should have introduced, and he's here observing the show. And the dimensions, I don't want to get into numbers right now because it doesn't matter to our listener, but what were you thinking? Just tell me what you're thinking.
Well, what you were, that there's a product that would fit
Oh, yeah.
her
Okay,
space.
I see what you're saying. What's the maximum width? He's looking for you. So what is the maximum width, Kathy?
34.5.
Not
so
width, the maximum depth, I mean. What is the maximum?
32.
That's a counter depth
And-
refrigerator. That'd be cheaper
Yeah, and
than.
I can do a counter depth, but I lose so much because my width is shortened. My height is limited. That I have to go with a
Yeah,
a
but
17.25
I mean, how
cubic.
much room do you and your husband need?
How much do you
Well, I have two people in electric wheelchairs here that need to have access to that. And
Electric
that's our problem right now.
wheelchairs? Wow.
So they already clipped the existing refrigerator, so I need more room for them to have. So this is broken, so I need to get a new one. I was going to get a more accessible one for
I see.
them.
Mm-hmm. Are you
But the
renting this
accessible
out to?
ones
Are
come
you
out cheaper.
renting this out to them?
Oh, no. It's my husband and daughter are both in charge.
Oh, okay. I see your dilemma.
Okay, so,
I see your dilemma.
yeah, so I'm trying to make it more accessible to them.
One
Side
other
by
thing
side
I may
right now,
suggest.
That's not going to work.
One other thing I may suggest is you just do with what you can in that space, and for any overload or whatever you need, you do a portable exterior one, if you're allowed to, or somewhere behind or near the mobile
but
home.
they're in wheelchairs.
I'm talking about for her to restock the other one.
Got it.
So you use a limited access there. Now, we have a problem coming up with the emissions, and I really want to get some work on this, or work on this problem for Susan. I'm going to explain the very weird situation with Susan coming up. She bought a vehicle. Did the dealer cheat her? Did the dealer do damage, or was it there? We have Matt from Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair coming right up. We also have Andrew. Andrew wants to make a quick comment on this Honda Fit. A guy called. He put 60,000 miles on it. He bought it with 60. He has 120,000. He wanted to know if it was worth putting a clutch in it for around $1,500. And we tried to analyze the situation on the Honda Fit. And it's a nice little vehicle, really good ratings with consumers. Andrew, what was your comment on this, sir?
On Fit. I would, if it's not at a shop, maybe spring for AAA so you can get a free tow.
Well, right now, that's not his issue. His main issue is, should he invest the money?
What I'm saying is, if he could get it to a shop, he knows that the clutch is going to cost $1,500.
Yes.
If they could overall look over the whole car,
right,
and be like, nitpick it, basically try and sell him stuff,
right.
I think that $100, signing up for AAA would be beneficial.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure he doesn't have money. I'm sure he's like myself and doesn't have money to go buy a new car.
Yeah.
That car in good condition, $4,000 to $6,000.
Good.
If it didn't run and it has a bad clutch, but it had other problems, I mean, he might only get a couple $1,000s. So in my eyes, I see it as a devil you know versus a devil you don't know.
Hey, Andrew, how old are you? Just curious.
36 on Sunday.
Okay. So you sound like you've handled decisions like this where you had to go or no go.
Oh, yeah. I have a late 90s Honda that got smashed in the butt over the winter.
Yeah.
And I got cashed out on it for insurance, and I had to it was souped up and had good stuff on it, so I had to make the decision to get another one and switch parts, or you know, So yeah, I've played with this a lot, and you know, I've dealt with auto insurance quite a bit of times. That, you know, I like to think that I'm a smart auto purchaser.
Well, here's the deal.
Decision.
You know what I'd like to do? Hold on. Take his name. Maybe he'll come in as a common man one car day and say hi to us. Yes.
Daff might have talked to that girlfriend, too, so stay
hold on.
tuned.
Did you make contact? Yes or a no?
No.
Uh-oh.
She's
I
working.
was trying to do a tease.
I asked Logan.
Here I am teasing for the break, and you blew it, Martino.
Oh, hold on.
But
hold on.
I did get called by the people again that they're going to arrest me.
Oh, those people, we're going to call them. That's where she got a call. Then we take budget A1. This emissions thing is really intriguing, like a web of deceit possibly. More coming up.
This is
Killing me, Smalls.
How much time do I have, bro?
We should ask Budget A1 in the clutch, too. Bring it over there.
Grant, can you explain to Tom what a tease is when he comes back?
Yeah. Take him out there on the floor if you want.
This report is sponsored by...
Yeah, you're right. If you don't mind, I'll give it to them.
Oh, man, you put those out in the newsroom, boy. You've never seen vultures.
Actually, they had the barbecue place the other day.
Oh, there's always stuff there.
Which barbecue joint?
Brothers, yeah, Brothers.
People drop food off there 24/7, man.
Where, here?
Yeah.
For what? Just to...
Hoping that someone will say something on air.
Oh, really?
Oh, with Donut Day? You know,
holy shit, they were bringing in donuts with fucking, you know, burrito donuts.
Right.
Bacon.
You like your Genesis?
Love it.
Yeah.
It's my second one. I sold my, I think it was a G70.
And you said they liked it too, right?
Oh man, the people I sold it to have literally texted me numerous times.
What year's the new one?
New one's an 18, but I bought it brand new. I got a year left over. G90 all-wheel drive.
Does Kia advertise with you guys? You plug them a lot.
No, you mean Hyundai.
Or yeah, Hyundai, that's what I meant. Sorry.
No, but they... no.
That's a pretty car.
No.
Looks like a Benz.
Oh, I love it.
I bought a car there.
I think it's 420 horse or 440 or something. I drive like an old man, though, man.
And unlike antidepressants, there are no side effects like memory loss.
It's a lot heavier than my last Genesis.
Yeah.
That's the part that you really feel it, too, man. You can feel it.
3 weeks. Arahant Mental Wellness offers hope through innovation, and remember, TMS is FDA approved with minimal side effects and covered by most insurances. I encourage you to schedule a complimentary consultation by calling 303-502-59.
Well, then why wouldn't it come back, though? If he cleans it and it's gone and it comes back, I mean, the food is not the metal gutter.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to ask. It's not metal. It's vinyl.
Through innovation.
I don't think mold can feed off vinyl. Maybe some kind of...
It has to be organic. I think it has to be organic.
Yeah.
Taking the time to ensure you feel safe at my office and are comfortable receiving the care you need to have a beautiful, vibrant smile.
How much you got tied up in those spikes, man? That sounded like a hell of a little fleet.
Yeah, just two. I've modded them up quite a bit. I've probably got 30 between the two of them.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
If you do
no, that's not what I was envisioning.
Okay, here it says it's got the reason it's built up is because it's got dirt on it.
We can solve your problems no matter how complex they are. Call my office today.
Well, and if that one thing on Google says it, you know that's probably it.
If you're looking for a safe place for your dental care, call Barrett's Dental today at 303-731-11.
God, I set you up for the best tease ever in the world.
Mention K-Health and you'll receive 50% off of the first $1,000 in dental services.
Oh, well.
Finding great
I try.
can be
well,
trying to
I'm
find
losing
a needle in a haystack.
Sorry.
Sure, you can post
It's
your
not a
job to
teaser.
some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com.
What's the furthest you've taken your chopper?
ZipRecruiter doesn't deliver candidates finding you. It
Vegas.
finds them for you.
Cool.
It's
How did you go Vegas?
Flew. Will that go
I
up the
figured
mountain?
you didn't drive it.
Will it go up the mountains?
Yeah, that's the question.
Oh, that's easy.
It is?
Because I go through it.
What do you follow, 25 basically?
70
Or 70.
Or here's the deal. You go south,
See why 4 out of 5
descend
employees
it.
who
There's a very low area.
Yeah.
I mean, relatively low. But even like going up to, I've been up through the mountains to,
You haven't been over the pass, though, have you?
no,
No, I've been right up to it. Right around, what's those little communities up there? Here's the deal.
Silver Plume.
Loveland.
It really isn't insurmountable. It's a jet, so that engine can perform up to 18 more than I can because I don't have oxygen and it's not pressurized. So I would run out of air. So if I can go over really fast, if I do this, and follow the terrain, I could probably do it. Because after about a half hour without oxygen, we might start doing it. It's a very
I flew in a couple helicopters down the Springs, and when it got turbulent, they wouldn't fly.
Helicopters run perfectly in turbulence.
Really?
They're way more. I've flown in 40-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, here's the deal with helicopters. The rotors absorb everything. So in an airplane with a wing, you're doing this. Boom, 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 boom.
You're well over 13,000 feet flying over Eisenhower there. You wouldn't have oxygen, would you?
No. You can go, if you're in good health, you can go 14.5 for 1/2 hour.
Jeez, that's scary shit, though, man.
That's 1/2 hour legally. 30 minutes, I think. I think it's 14.5.
How about those guys in that fucking little Learjet or whatever it was, the Citation? They went so high, everybody fucking died, and the thing was on autopilot.
You know what happens?
Payne Stewart, that happened.
It happens, guys,
so
slowly.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
you don't
just
know.
that, but carbon monoxide. Oh my God, it's happened. You start getting delirious. I had carbon monoxide poisoning once. To where I started
your house or in a plane?
In my barn. I was washing my bus with a pressure washer, a gasoline one, and my nephew. Listen. The next thing I know, I'm sitting down and then he came in, and it's like a fog. He brought me up out, and then I had a headache and I was puking. I could have died, that son of a bitch. You never.
2 times 10.
It's not like you go, I'll just do it till I don't. You just don't know. It alters your judgment. But here's the deal. I don't think it would be terrible.
I know what you're saying.
I have friends all the time that fly choppers over the test. You just don't want to linger up there.
You ever land at that fort up there? Is it the fort that's got a copter pad?
Yes. The fort. Hi, Tom Martino. Here's what happened. Susan bought a used car. And here's the problem, okay? I'm looking at my notes here. Accuracy Auto on August 15th. It immediately distributed an engine light. She did not get a 3-day voucher as required by law, nor an active emissions sticker. They went Monday and the emissions failed. So here's the deal. They take it back to Accuracy Auto and they say to her, we got you a pass. Don't worry. They said, what did you do? And she said, they claimed, we just did an oil change. But what they also did was changed out some switches. And I'm not sure what they mean by switches. But in any case, when they had the car further checked out at Budget A1, they found a cracked head. So the question is, did the dealer crack the head while trying to make emissions repairs? Or was it cracked prior to that because she bought it as is? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Because as is means as is. I don't like this dealer no matter what. And I'd like to help Susan no matter what. But I'd like to know, did that dealer, in an attempt to make it pass emissions and changing out the switches, did that dealer actually create more problems? So I'm going to talk to Budget A1. Is this Matt?
Yes, sir. This is Matt. How are you?
Good, Matt. So far, I want to ask you a couple things. These switches, what are they that they installed? And I'm going to bring up Susan too. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. So they're actually called oil control valves. It's an oil pressure switch, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, is what's been replaced, and there's one on either side as well. There's one on each bank of the engine.
Can they prevent a car from passing emissions?
Good
question. Definitely, yes, because they use actually signals from the mass airflow, the throttle position, and the engine coolant temp sensor as well, and that all comes into correlation to the oil pressure switch.
Have they been obviously changed out?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can definitely tell those are brand new sensors on those heads. Yeah.
All right. So the other question is, drum roll please, did they over torque one of those switches, or 2 of them, or 3, or whatever? Are they connected? Can you trace it to head damage?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
Tell me what.
That oil pressure switch is actually a tapered fitting to thread into the head itself and prevents oil leaks with that tapered fitting. And so those oil pressure switches are only supposed to be torqued down to 12.5 foot-pounds. And that switch was threaded all the way into the head. When you probably should see about 2 or 3 threads.
You're right. There's no doubt in your mind.
Yeah.
How would we know that it hadn't been replaced before that cracked the head? Then when they brought it back because it failed emissions, they put a new one in. I'm just throwing stuff out.
Yeah. Because Norris, I have in writing from Norris.
No, hold on. Let him answer from A1.
No, but Susan has a point, though. What did that note from Norris say?
This is what it says. That is a new oil switch, and yes, the hole it screws into is cracked and now needs a new housing. They were over-torqued. But I have another thing in writing that says, my report stands as written and needs no modification, except that I will say when I saw it, being the car, the oil pressure switches were original.
Okay, good.
New.
That's
good.
Perfect.
Good. So here's the point, Matt. What will it take to fix it? Now, I'm not saying what will it take to fix this used car that was purchased as is to make it great. I am saying what will it take to fix that one particular problem?
To fix this one particular problem, Tom, in order to do it, you have to remove the engine out of the vehicle.
Oh, my God.
To remove the head off because there's actually angle torque on those head bolts, and you can't do it with
How much?
As far as, I'm sorry, what was that?
About how much is it going to cost?
Let me see here. I actually got the total up right here.
Yeah.
It's right now. The total right now is $3,034.
And that does not include her other problems, brakes and all of that.
No.
That
Matt,
is just
Matt,
the head
take out the timing belt and the spark plugs because we're paying for those.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's more like $2,500.
You know what, Susan? There's no doubt in my mind after hearing all this that these jerks need to help you out. What do they say about it, Susan?
Okay, just so you know, it's my daughter that bought the car.
Right, I understand.
My daughter went there today. With a letter that I have typed up with some issues in it. Just, as I said, we called Colorado Rev, and I'm going to contact the Attorney General. He didn't care. He did not care one bit. He will not talk to her.
I'm gonna help her. We'll get this solved.
When you said other issues, did you bring up all the stuff that was wrong with the car? Because you're clouding, and I'm not saying that they.
No. Did not bring up the other issues. We knew about them, and we were going to address them.
We've got everything we need for a judgment here.
Yeah, we do have everything for a judgment. We do. You have the car, you have the old switch and the new switch,
and
the new switch and 2 experts, and Budget A1 has helped us before in small claims court.
Yep.
And we've won.
And Norris has been in plenty of a courtroom.
Yeah. And so, Susan, you have armed yourself, as I said, armed for bear. And you have all of that documentation. We're going to walk you through this. This guy would be an idiot. And while you're at it, I would sue for the towing and different things. I would add to it. If you're going to go to small claims court, just add to it.
Daphne, give her my email.
Yeah. We're going to work on this, okay, Susan?
Yeah,
this is one, too. Let's continue to follow through with updates. We tend to forget because we deal with 100.
So, Susan, really, you did a good job here. And, Matt, thank you very much at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. 303-781-9858. Absolutely deserves our help. Bill, medical testing, we're going to answer those questions coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock with Norton.
A disabled truck shoulder is partially blocking the right lane.
It'd be free. Diagnosis is free.
I know, that's why I say you should have brought it up. Advertisement for Budget A1.
Should have brought it up.
You don't think they got a long enough blowjob?
What is that? My name is Robert Francis O'Rourke.
What?
His name is Robert Francis O'Rourke. Hey, listen.
Stop it, Martino.
I'm not doing it. No.
Can you believe that? I couldn't have set it up better. You're going to make me bring this up every second.
You're on until 2 o'clock? Or do you go through 2 o'clock? 2? Oh, man.
That's long.
Quick day, man.
1:55. I'll tell you, this 4th hour's flying, though. This will be the 3rd time it's flown. I mean, really, I don't know what it is. You know what? Because we're used to it.
Mark, good questions and answers bring up with you. Any kind of questions come up during the day that you think are good topics, like even off the air stuff.
Let's get that Matt on again. We got callers? Okay. Get Matt on again and ask him just to...
Tom, do you think Holly actually ran over my car on purpose?
Yes, she did.
His ex-wife ran over my fucking car.
With what?
Her car.
A bigger car. A much
You know
bigger
what an
truck.
Expedition is?
Yeah.
The Ford Expedition. You know how big they are?
Yeah.
And it was lifted, I think.
And I had an RX-8. You know how small an RX-8 is?
Yeah.
Brand fucking new.
Brand
3,000 miles or something.
But he should have honked a horn to keep her from
Mark,
does she know?
Honestly.
So what happened? Why'd she run you over?
Don't ask.
Okay.
Because Mark made an accurate assessment of the situation.
On air?
No.
Oh.
At home. He came to my house
Oh.
to tell me not to marry her. He said,
Really?
I've been selected from all of the friends. We've been talking about this.
Oh, man.
Can I talk to you? First he said, can I talk to you in private? I said, no. Anything you can say.
Anything you can say in front of me, you can say in front of her. Let me tell you, when someone tells you that, they're full of shit.
And he said, well, my her friends and I are friends. You know, we got together and we just think she's a gold digger.
As soon as she heard the GD word, gold digger.
Oh my God.
Oh, baby.
She went, how dare
Well, yeah.
She went over and cried in
pretty
the corner.
hardcore.
Why?
Damn, Major. No fear over there.
So then the next week, I go back over to his house, and I have no idea she's even there. I'm going to be, back then I do the show from his house when he was out of town. She shows up. Long story short, she runs over my car. Yeah, that was about it.
No, she did that night, right?
No, it was a week later.
It was a week later.
It was a week
I
later.
thought it was when she was leaving.
It was a week later.
No.
1 week later.
Sure.
I'm
I thought
positive.
she got pissed. So she
saw me a
when
week
she
later.
saw you come, she didn't realize I was having you fill in for me.
That's
she
right.
got in the car and said, "Fuck this."
She saw me show back up. She hopped in her car. I parked outside of the garage. She was parked in the garage.
Just boom.
And she fucking went literally right up on my car.
Yada yada.
Wet.
Yada yada. My car was all fucked up.
Like this, man.
Should have been a call to the Tom Martino show right there.
Yeah. We should call in on that.
Then he probably doesn't remember this part. She starts crying and says she's going to walk home. At the time, we're in Franktown. She was going to walk home. Where'd she live? Denver?
Yeah.
So she starts walking back to Denver.
How far?
So Tom, not far, because he jumps in his car and goes and picks her up.
Who were you dating way back? Like probably back in like, or married to back in like, that would have been like 05.
Oh fuck!
It was right when I met Holly, probably.
Because I saw you in Best Buy. I actually said hi to you.
A blonde woman.
Yeah, blonde. Yeah.
Younger.
You guys look at TV. She was real put off by that. But I was like, hey man, big fan. Blah blah blah.
I'm not a snob.
No, you were. She was. She was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I felt bad bugging you, but I was like,
Hell no, but I love when people. I never have been an asshole ever when it comes to that stuff ever.
Yeah. One of my buddies, Keith, did your TV show. Like, he was texting me, he's listening. He did a TV show. He owns Supreme Car Star Auto Body. It was him and his dad, and I got a photograph of him.
You yada yada.
Remember that?
They were with a group.
He's a big dude.
But you skipped.
Weren't they with a group?
But you skipped the best part.
They're a franchise.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
I never forget shit. Never.
I know. I always hear you say that.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Forgot when Holly plowed into Mark's car.
No, he didn't.
It was a week off.
I did remember. I did forget the week. I did forget that.
God damn.
That's crazy. So people
She
can
was
hear what
so
we're saying.
pissed, man.
Keep on driving.
You don't mind like,
Dude, my car.
Did she come and tell you?
Do you ever get anything back
Dude,
from like?
you could hear it like a county
Michael
over.
Hancock about like
She went
when
right
you go
up
off.
on
and yeah.
So she.
When you say that, don't they ever like puff up?
Yeah,
No.
they do.
She couldn't get away.
It wasn't me.
Because that
Actually,
was
I
swept
had her
under the
car
damn rug,
quite a bit
man.
damaged too.
She goes, wasn't me.
You're crazy. I love you.
I don't know who that was.
Well, you know the Bahamas. That's a.
She goes, hell, now
I'm
mostly
going there
buck
October 1st, 10 days. So.
To the
You have a
Bahamas?
vacation?
Yeah, for 10 days.
In the Bahamas.
Aren't you gonna?
I'm south. I hit the North Islands. We're going to Exuma and then.
So you
Harbor
think
Island.
you'll be fine?
I think so. I follow a lot of it on Instagram. They say they fared pretty well.
You're going to see some damage.
Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK. Listen,
I got to say this very quickly. Logan called and said, look, I have a relationship with a woman, or I did, and it broke apart. It was falling apart, and I got an opportunity out of state. I said, look, I'll pay the penalties and the termination fee. Let's get out of the lease. I'll move on. You move on. She said, no. He said, wait, I'll pay everything. She said no, and he said, well, you can't afford to live here on your own. He went to management, and they said, look, you know, we'll talk to her, but it's not our responsibility. He signed up for a year. They have about 6 months left. He was faced with an eviction, losing his deposit and, of course, penalties and trashing his credit. And there was no way it was going to help Tara. No way. She would have just self-destructed over this thing. I mean, why would she stay there, not pay, or not be able to afford it just to get evicted? For spite. Was there that much discontentment? And listen, when a relationship breaks up, a lot of things can happen. So we asked Logan for the number. We wanted to call Tara. Daphne couldn't get a hold of her, but Logan has an update. Logan, what is going on?
So I ended the phone call with you guys, and I was just sitting around, like, doing my own thing, and I got a call from my apartment complex. And they said that Tara has called in and said that she is transferring to a smaller apartment, that they have a
I really like that.
I would like to take the credit for this.
They have a post date for Tuesday to come in and look at the apartment, make sure everything's okay, because they know that I'm leaving next week.
This is great.
She just had to get over the emotional aspect.
Go ahead.
Yeah, as soon as she goes to the other apartment, my name is completely taken off the lease, and there's nothing more that I need to worry about.
Logan, did you ever think that something like this from listening to the Martino Show would be that beneficial to you? Think about that, brother.
No, not at all.
Hey, here's what I want to say seriously. Good luck on your new adventure. What is it? What's happening with you?
I'm going to be an over-the-road truck driver.
No
so I'm not going to really have a home.
Now he can sign leases all over the country with different women.
Hey, Logan, watch the truck stop girls. What do they call them?
Oh, road rabbits?
No, I don't know. There's a name for them.
What are they called?
I don't know. Lizard. I don't know. Something lot
lizards. How do you know that,
yeah,
Tom?
they're lot lizards, and they're different, called different things per state, but
hey.
I mean, they're not out too often when I'm
Now, I want to make it clear, Logan's paying for the transfer fee, right?
I am paying for the transfer fee, and I'm 100% okay with that.
Okay, and she gets the dinger for that. I bring out my dinger for special occasions. Good decision.
I get put off every time you bring that out.
I'm sorry. Bill, talk about medical testing. This is important. There are a lot of scams out there. Are you talking about never mind. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Well, my question is, after being on hold for an hour.
I'm sorry, Bill.
It's all right. Anyway, why? Because I just went and had some testing done the other day. I'm paying for my insurance. I'm paying for the whole thing. And I go, well, how'd they turn out? Well, you'll have to go see a doctor. They can at least tell me.
Well, it depends now. You're
That's
right.
Scary,
it depends on the situation. It depends on the terms. If your doctor orders them, your doctor owns them, even though you're paying, and even though it's you. And your doctor may not want you seeing something, or they don't want to say, well, your blood sugar's pretty high, or, well, you have this or you have that. And then as a result, you go out and do something, and your doctor says, no, they misread it. When you consider this, this, and this, it's not bad. And then you went and did something, and you get pissed, and you hold them responsible. Never, even with an ultrasound or something, when they're doing imaging. Oh, my God, when I'm doing the open MRI, and I say, so what do you see? And the guy turns white, and he's rushes out of the room, and you're thinking, oh, my God. Really, they're not supposed to do anything like that.
And they
Bill,
can get in trouble for it.
I'm sorry the answer is so simple. However, if up front you pay and you do everything and you want results on the spot, they can give them to you, but they're not allowed to say they're high or low. They can just say here. Okay, but if you say, well, what does it look? Does it look good or bad? No, they can't do that. Okay, Mac, what's happening, sir?
Yes, I have a gold bracelet, 28 grams. I'd like to know where to sell it.
Well, you can start. You can start with the guy that we have as our expert, which is David Ellis.
Okay.
Now, David Ellis, I know one thing for sure. You can trust him. Now, I will say that what you get for the ultimate price, listen, if someone's looking for something specific, they may at a point offer more. You might want to shop around. But what I'm saying, overall, David Ellis has really fair good prices, and he's honest. And he's at 3rd and Clayton. It's called David Ellis Jewelers. Hey, Chad, if you can wait till tomorrow, we'll get you on and try to help you with your phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, Daphne, get Chad's number. We'll set him up for tomorrow. I'm Tom Martino. Remember, folks, save all your problems for me.
If you're running out of room in your home, like maybe you're a hoarder or